Okay. So those of you who are here, welcome. Those of you who just showed up, this is Knuckle Free. I'm your raid host for today. Make sure that you are meeting every line and requirements to participate. Right. If you just came in here within the last hour, welcome. We want you here. But that said, like if you're not like actually ready for a raid, then just I'm gonna ask you to sit this one out. And there's always another one coming up. Okay. And in fact, there's one later on tonight if you're not actually ready for this one. So don't feel like you're missing out or anything. Like there's always another run. That said, make sure you're meeting all requirements in the requirements to participate channel. That is the first channel in this Discord. So in there includes a nickname requirement. Make sure you meet that down to the letter. Okay. All right. One thing we're gonna ask everyone to do, or actually specifically healers. It looks like we have a full contingent of healers today, which is that's nice. It's nice. Um, Make sure you have a full discussion on your Steel Sting Spellforge deconfliction. Okay, so in party chat in game, I want you guys to type out I am bringing Spellforge or I am bringing Steel Sting, depending on whatever you are intending to bring. Okay, communicate that to your fellow healer. Have the full conversation. If you're saying something and you're not getting a full information rich response from your teammate, then insist on that full response. Okay, your team is not ready until you have that conversation. So make sure that happens. Bravo, Charlie, and Foxtrot alliances, please. You have one tank. So the tank in those teams, make sure you designate a co-tank, or not a co-tank, a co-pseudo tank. That's going to be a non-unique DPS who's going to be packing Stone Skin 2, and we'll be activating it going into the third fight in DRS. Okay, make sure you do that. I don't care if you're like a veteran and you know what you're doing. Just make sure you have a pseudo tank because we also want to get that knowledge out there. All right, so knowledge on how to actually do pseudo tank. So try not to insist on doing the full tank utility on your own. All right, spread the burden of party utility there, and make sure you designate a pseudo tank. I don't need to know who it is. Just make sure that it gets done. All right. In Discord, I mentioned this in Alliance chat in game, but uh, I'm gonna ask that everyone meets the requirements to participate. Uh, Nickname requirements. All right. I know it's kind of like an extra, just a little bit extra work here, but you're communicating a number of things. Okay. One, you're communicating that you read the full requirements to participate. Two, you're communicating that you're going to follow all instructions instead of just the ones you think are important. Uh, and then you're also communicating that you're mentally like here and ready to be part of a team. Okay. If you're having trouble getting yourself configured correctly, please say something. Let us know that you are having like an issue with like getting the nickname thing done on mobile or whatever. If you need help, ask for help. But if there's a instruction that you do not understand, make sure you you say something, right? Otherwise, we're just gonna ignore, or I'm just gonna assume that you're ignoring the instruction, and that's not gonna go well. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm just gonna help out Rohit here real quick. All right. Okay, we have a few folks who have only one name. I'm assuming that you guys are in the middle of getting that updated. I have a BDC no name in voice chat. Make sure you fix that. CT0 Hero. Please add your second name, your last name. FD0 Anwin. Please add your full character name. And there's a Zelly and a Mickey. at the bottom of voice chat. Make sure you guys update in accordance with requirements to participate. Mickey. Oh yeah, okay. So for sometimes we get non-English speaking folks here, like specifically Spanish speaking folks, and since there's no like auto translate or anything, I'm just gonna say the following thing. So apologies if this sounds like kind of weird. Alguien que no hablen inglés, por favor, díselo para puedo tratar de ayuda. What's with the first three letters?
Well, Neko, excuse me, it's Ronnie.
Yes,
I,
go ahead.
I actually speak Portuguese, so if there's someone in this condition, I can help.
Well, you're talking to me in English. You already understand.
Okay, no problem. I'm here to help.
Oh, you're offering to translate. Okay, yeah, yeah. Appreciate you.
Okay.
I wasn't tracking. I thought that you were asking me to say something in Portuguese. I'm like, yo, man, I don't have that. I don't live in the Matrix, and I can't download that knowledge into my head.
No problem.
But
Hey,
appreciate. Yeah,
Nako,
go ahead.
if someone here speaks French, I won't fucking help them. They're on their own. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Laurent. Laurent. All right. And Francois, s'il vous plaît. Sorry. No, but for real, man, like there's no Spanish or Portuguese for that matter, which got to shout out to our Brazilian friends. Uh this game could use some auto translation into those two languages, but you know, that's a conversation for offline. All right. All right. Looks like Charlie Tank is still not in compliance with requirements to participate. Make sure you have your full last name there. Okay. If you have an issue following instructions, then just it's okay to sit this one out. And then whenever you feel like following instructions, then feel free to join us again. Like I said, I don't want folks like picking and choosing which instructions to follow because you know that just kind of that sets up like an unstable environment for progression, right? Especially for folks who are here. Like if I cannot count on people to bring what they need to bring, because in DRS, think about it this way: in DRS, if you're not already aware, preparation is its own mechanic, right? Preparation is a mechanic, even more so than your typical like Savage rating, because in DRS you've got to bring in specific tools from your cache to do either enough damage or to handle specific mechanics like reflect, dispel, steel sting, spell forge, that kind of stuff. Okay, so here on Lego Steppers, I'm executing to a specific plan. I'm not going to say it's the best plan, but it's the plan that I'm using. Make sure you take a look, if you haven't already, take a look at requirements to participate and bring in the tools that I'm asking you to bring at a minimum from that list as it pertains to your specific role. All right. Okay. While we're waiting for everyone to get in compliance in voice chat, I'm gonna ask for volunteers for raid wide duty. So I'm gonna ask for volunteers for sweeps 2 and 3. Two individuals who are going to bring lost perception, and you're going to sweep before and after TA. Sweep 2 small Azumi. Thank you. All right. Let's get a volunteer for sweep 3. Let's also get volunteers for Rens 1 and 2. Our flare star for today is the Black Mage and Foxtrot, which is, it looks like Sumi Kusushi, who's also our duelist. All right. So, no one other than Sumi Kusushi should be bringing flare star. So that's a 1 for the entire raid kind of duty, and that's why I have Foxtrot locked to Black Mage. So if you're just make sure you're bringing your whatever your caster holster is. If you're not Sumi Kusushi. Ansumi, be advised, you're going to be sweeping for traps. I'm pretty sure you're already aware, but just to make sure that I spell it out, you'll be sweeping for traps before you depart for the duels pad. All right. Sweep 3, Zephy Solette. Thank you for volunteering. And by the way, folks, if I am attempting to pronounce your name and I pronounce it incorrectly, please tell me how to say it correctly and give me a chance to say it, try to say it correctly. I don't want to kind of steamroll over you and just ignore whatever your intent is there. All right, I'm gonna pick 2 melees to run Rend. I'm not asking for perfection, okay? This is any prog, so if you've never done it and are hesitating to volunteer because you've
Okay.
never done it, then take this raid as the opportunity to learn. Right? If you make a mistake and you miss time or lost Rend, no one's gonna yell at you or anything.
Okay.
Okay, I see 2
Apple,
volunteers. Say again.
this is Ronnie. I can be a rend.
I saw 2 Rend volunteers in Alliance, so I'm just gonna go
Ah,
with
okay.
these 2.
Okay. Okay.
So Theoth Normi and Tequili Indira. Just figure it out between you 2. I'm just gonna put you both here in the documentation here, just so I remember who to thank later. But it doesn't really matter to me what order you guys do it. Just make sure you 2, between the 2 of you, you know what order you're going to rend in. And thank you 2 for volunteering. All right. Banish, ideally nobody. All right. Our 49th member, ideally nobody, is bringing Banish. If someone is insisting on bringing the security blanket, make sure you say so. And you should be, it's just like Flare Star, only one of them applies, so I don't want 12 people bringing Banish for the single trash mob in DRS that we really don't need to bring it for. But if you got to bring your security blankie, then let me know and we'll put your name there. They don't even sure, yeah. All right. Okay, so let's pick some team leads. All right, so this is kind of like a special thing that I do just because I want more people to. I feel like this engages the brains of especially new folks if they get selected for this. But I'm gonna pick 6 volunteers for team lead. Well, more like volunteers. If you get selected for team lead, don't panic. Team lead is responsible for the following. I want you to be generally aware of the presence or absence of your fellow teammates. Okay, so you are going to be kind of keeping track of yourself and your 7 other teammates in your party, in your alliance, excuse me. If someone gets up to go to the restroom, then just kind of take a mental note. And if I start talking like I'm gonna start the countdown, and you know for a fact that someone's gone, just interrupt me and just say, "Hey, Knuckles," so like someone went to the toilet or someone's disconnecting or something, right? You're gonna be first eyes, I'll be second eyes. Other than that, I'm gonna ask for ready checks on occasion, specifically a few times prior to each start of each countdown, just to make sure that everyone is present. So you're gonna be in charge of that. You're gonna be in charge of making sure it's done. If you want to delegate that to someone, like say you're a controller player, and you want to delegate that responsibility, feel free to do so. But I'm gonna make sure, you're gonna be the person that makes sure it gets done versus the person who actually does it. You can be the person who does it, that's okay, but delegation is also a part of leadership. All right. So that said, let's pick some team leads. I typically pick names of people, or I typically pick people whose names I don't recognize. All right. So here we go. Oh, Iroha, you're in Foxtrot. Here, I'm just gonna update your name. You put alpha by accident. All right. Let's have Anwin Shaw. As I call out your names, by the way, just wave in Alliance chat. and let me know that you hear, and we'll be taking that assuming that responsibility for your teammates. Yep, there you go, wave. Yeah, Iroha Anatawa Foxtrot Alpha Dewanai. Right. Echo team will be led by Asatoni Shimura. All right, appreciate it. Delta will be Mar Rose. I would like to see Nene Coco Lele Coco for Charlie. Bravo team will be Don Neza. And Alpha team will be Misa Calaveras. All right, got the wave, 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 and wave. All right. You are spelling wave today. All right, cool. Okay, so similar to team lead, I'm gonna pick a Bravo side lead, and the Bravos, or it's not Bravo side, the Delta team or Golem side lead. I'll open us back up, by the way. As soon as I can get the right thing. Was that Foxtrot? Just a non-black mage. Okay. All right. So, Golem side lead, similar to team lead, you're going to be responsible for coordinating Golem side. I'm going to ask that you ensure that a discussion is or a strategy is discussed. You yourself don't have to discuss the strategy, but you can rely on your teammates in Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot. You've got a lot of cleared folks over there who are very intimately knowledgeable about how golem side mechanics happen. Right, so if you get tapped for this and you don't know like what to do, that's okay. Just rely on your teammates. Rely on your teammates who actually know. Okay, you're just gonna be responsible for making sure that a discussion happens and that everyone knows what they need to do. If someone is over there being like, I don't know what to do, what do I do? Like, don't just say like you guys are ready if someone's saying that. Okay, make sure everyone over there knows what they need to do or has some at least a general idea and is comfortable enough to click yes on the ready check, and then make sure Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot teams run a ready check. Once they all report ready in Yell Chat, just shout out Golem side ready, and then wait for Slime side to call readiness, and then I'll start the countdown once both sides are ready. Okay. The reason I do this is because half the raid will be like physically distant from the other half of the raid. Like I'll be over on Slime side on the west side. Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot, you guys are gonna go to the east side, and so I'm gonna designate like a kind of like a raid league deputy to help organize on Golem side while I'm not physically with you guys. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna pick a name here at random. Let's pick who's this tank. Asatoni Shimura. All right, so Asatoni Shimura is going to be Golem side lead. Again, I don't know if you're new or not, but the way this, yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Yeah, you're like the Golem side leadership only really comes into play for like the initial trash encounter, slimes and golems. So just kind of orchestrate things over there. If you don't know how to talk people through golem side, then lean on your teammates. You can designate a caller, but you're the person who's ultimately going to have a final decision authority over there. Okay, so if you don't know how to set things up, lean on your teammates. Okay, I'm not expecting you to micromanage 23 other people over there. Just you and your 23 other teammates like work together, figure out what you're gonna do, and make sure everyone's on the same page as far as what your game plan is over there. All right. You're new? Okay. Yeah, then definitely lean on your fellow like cleared people. All right. You've got like Lorianne there, uh who else? Perry Blonde, Zephy Solette, Max Piggy, like a whole bunch of folks over there. So just ask for help when you're trying to talk things through. Actually, you're probably gonna want to delegate to like an actual briefer and have them brief for you. But the important thing is you make sure that it gets done. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start doing our reg checks. So here goes ready check number 1. If you are not ready, click no. That is okay. If you need to do a preemptive bio, if you need to hit up the market board to get some fragments because you don't have the 10 pure essences in your cache. If you don't have enough re-razor, go ahead and click no and get ready. Speaking of which, I need to do some appraising. All right, that's fine. Let me check the ready. All right, Zelion. Okay. I'll run another raid check. I need to do some appraising real quick. Because the raid leader didn't do this. All right, 2 needs 7 of these. Seven. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, no problem. I'm gonna do another ready check because sometimes people will like after we fail a ready check, people will get up and use the bathroom or whatever. So let's do another one. I'm hoping no one here has like an auto ready checker because this kind of tripped us up last Saturday during PB's 24 hours of DRS. Apparently, someone like fell asleep at the wheel, and they had like an auto ready checker add-on that kept clicking OK on the ready check, but it wouldn't let us queue into the instance. So I'm hoping no one has that today. Yeah, don't remind me. Yeah, well, what we ended up doing was disbanding the raid and then reforming without the person who was obviously asleep at the wheel. So that's the automatic action if that happens today. It's all right. I mean, yeah. Shout out to PB. They celebrated their 1 year server anniversary last week. So it looks like Amane Asakura. Let us know when you're ready. They might actually be AFK. So all right, they're back. All right, let's give this an attempt. I'm gonna queue us in to DR Savage right now. Just kidding, because we have a combat alchemist. Yeah, is that the new job that got announced today? Are we getting a chemist? All right, go ahead and click commence. If you're all tabbed out. If you're all tabbed out, please all tab back in. Go ahead and click commence. All right, go ahead and click commence. If you're all tabbed out, please all tab back in. Go ahead and punch that button. All right. Welcome to DR Savage. Once again, I'm your host, Knuckle Free. When the gates go up, do not jump on those glowing circles right away. Please pop your pre-pop. Make sure you have a pure essence, charge of re-razor on, first 2 last actions. If you don't have them right now, that's fine. You can see there's a box right here, right up there. Make sure you access that box. Put all your pre-pop in your holster, pop that, and then go back to the cache and fill your pockets up to 99 out of 99, okay? Everyone don't leave the cache with anything less than a completely full holster. I'm talking 99 out of 99 worth of stuff in your holster. Right? Any empty space that you walk away from that cache with is literal dead weight. You cannot click on empty space to give you any effects. It won't give you extra damage. It won't give you like a reflect. It won't give you like a regen. But if you're walking away, if you've got like 1 or 2 open spots left in your holster, put in something, right? At the very least, put in a resistance potion that's 1 weight. Light curtain is also 1 weight, but literal empty space, is like the heaviest, most useless thing you can bring with you. Okay, once you're done at the cache, I'm gonna ask you to stand underneath your team marker and buddy check each other. Make sure everyone's got a pure essence on, 1 charge of Re-Razor. Mouse over reminiscence buffs of your teammates. Make sure they're carrying something sane. If it looks like if it looks like something you don't expect, then feel free to ask them why they're bringing what they're bringing, and either you will learn something or they will learn something today. Yes, thank you. Sweeps, please call out, please shout out that you have perception in your pocket. When you're done at the cache, make sure you're standing underneath your team marker, and make sure you click the Lost Finds Holster button. Okay. Make sure you use your Mark 1 eyeball and scan that Lost Finds holster, and make sure that looks the way you expect it to look. It's very easy to come up here, do all your edits, especially if you're a healer who has to manually slot in Steel Singer Spellforge. Okay. When you step away from the cache, make sure you click Lost Finds holster, the button, and then use your eyeball to look through that list. Make sure it's what you expect it to be. I'm going to ask for healers in party chat. Make sure you confirm to your co-healer, if you haven't already, that you are indeed bringing the thing you're going to bring. Again, have a full conversation, right? And a full conversation means spelling out if you're bringing Spellforge or Steel Sting. Don't just be like okay or uh-huh. We don't want parties healers to be like, I thought you were going to bring the thing, in front of Queensguard, right? It's a little late to be playing that game once we jump on these jump pads. Speaking of which, for those of you who are new and you've never been in DRS before, this Lost Finds cache is the only time in this instance that you're going to have access to the box. Okay. There's no return. Lodestone doesn't work. There's no teleportation crystal. So whatever you have in your pockets is all you're going to have access to until we clear or exit. Until we exit the instance. Let me put it like that. All right. If anyone is having any issue at the cache, make sure you ask for help. Don't just stand up there stumped. All right. If you're blocked for some reason, make sure you say something. Oh, yes. Let's have a perception user shout out. Someone in Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot is gonna want to have perception on right now. Okay, there we go. So Sumi Kasushi is there with you guys. Also the duelist. So. You can't pre-pop honored. What? Let me target you. You already have it. Idalin Osarori. It looks. I'm mousing over your reminiscence. It looks like you already have Lost Font of Power and Banner of Honored Sacrifice. Yeah. Okay. So, if you're asking about the holsters, there's 2 parts of the holster in the requirements to participate. There's one part that's called the pre-pop, and that's all the stuff that you pop prior to jumping on these pads. That's why we call it pre-pop, because you pop it pre-jumping on these pads. And then you go back to the cache after using that pre-pop, and you fill your holster up to 99 out of 99 with stuff. That's how that works, okay? And again, is because we can't come back here, right? So you don't want to jump on these glowing pads with like a 12 weight hole in your pocket that you could have used to like bring something useful, like more eraser or something, you know. I hope that answers your question. Oh, I hope your question was answered. If not by me, then by someone else. Okay. I'm gonna remind everyone, make sure that you're clicking the Lost Finds holster. You don't want to be the person that jumps on this circle without checking, and then later on when you actually access your holster, you find that it's empty because you went up here, forgot to click confirm. All right. I've seen that happen on a reclear of all things. Okay. The person who did that was very sad because they had nothing to contribute to the reclear where they should have known better. So take this time, make double sure, triple sure that your Lost Finds holster has the things that you need to bring with you. Okay. I'm gonna remind healers because sometimes it does happen. Healers, make sure you're bringing the full kit for Dispel and Reflect. Okay. Don't replace all of your Reflects with Light Curtain because that is not meeting the requirements to participate. Bring at least one Lost Reflect specifically for Golem, or not Golem, Minotaur. Because like I can't control like how long Minotaur goes because if the ads start gacking people and it takes longer to do the ad phase than you might want, we don't want you in a position where you're like out of Lost Curtain because like we went long, right? That's not an excuse because like part of the requirements to participate is that you bring one Lost Reflect, full skill Lost Reflect. Okay, make sure you do that. Wiggle check, yes, thank you. Okay, so keep in mind, folks, there is an anti-AFK measure in place in this dungeon. So make sure you don't just like not touch your keyboard or your controller for longer than 10 minutes. Okay, you're gonna get a warning from the game. Make sure you're not seeing that warning. Okay, just stay mobile, or at least don't not touch your keyboard and move around in game for longer than 10 minutes. Otherwise, you're getting kicked out. And once that happens, we're not popping back out to pick you back up. Okay. So make sure you maintain responsibility for your own connection to the game. Don't count on the wiggle check always happening. All right, like that's just a courtesy. Sometimes I forget to click the macro. So just make sure you stay connected and don't go AFK for too long. Yeah, moving camera, saying something like emoting in chat, just something. Yeah, there's a few folks who are like looking at the queen and they AFK out because they just forgot. Like that kind of thing does happen. So don't be that person. Or don't be the latest person to join that club. We don't want you in that club. If it can be helped. Alright, it looks like cache is clear, appraiser is clear. I'm going to ask all team leads for the first time in this dungeon to run a ready check. That is a /R check. And then once you get a positive response from 8 of 8, just shout it out. Alpha ready, Bravo ready, etc., etc. in yell chat. Delta is ready. Thank you. Echo ready. You know what? I know of a more exclusive club than getting kicked out at the Queen. That's being a host. Well, being a host in general, but more specifically being a host who enrages at the Queen at 0.02%. Woo! Yeah. That's a sweet club. Let me know when you guys join that, and you'll increase the club membership to 2 people. Delta ready, Echo ready, Bravo ready, Charlie ready, Alpha ready, Foxtrot ready. All right, all teams are ready. Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot teams. You guys are going to be hopping on the east circle when I say jump. Not quite yet. And then similarly, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, we're gonna jump on the left jump pad, the west jump pad, in a few moments on the call of jump. All right. Last call for cache. Last call for appraiser. All right. Cache is clear. Appraiser is clear. Jump, jump, jump. Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot teams, go ahead and hop on down the Gulag Gang voice chat, and we'll see you on the other side. Good luck with your encounter. Now talking to Slime side only. Please do not advance past the alpha marker. This is safety protocol that we're observing, so we don't get any accidental right clicks on the door. Go ahead and form yourselves up into light parties north and south of your respective team markers, Alpha to Alpha, Bravo to Bravo, Charlie to Charlie. Trying to form up into light parties if you can. So that's like 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS, north and south of the markers. If you don't know where to stand on the marker, and I will direct you where to go. So like Misa Calaveras, go north alpha if you would please. Thank you. All right. Connor, just pick a side. That's fine. It doesn't really matter for you. Okay. One of the tanks in Charlie or CB. Do you have 2 tanks in Charlie? Yeah, you do, right? I'm trying to remember. There's only one. Okay, so one of the tanks are from Bravo, right? Which one's from Bravo? Actually, let me just take a look here. Small Izumi is up there. Okay. Let's have a Bravo healer swap with. Oh, very greedy. Hello. Let's have who's a Bravo healer here. Don Neza. There you are. Okay. Yeah, why don't you go north Charlie and very greedy, why don't you go south Bravo if you would please? Yeah, let's just have the tank and healer in the same party so it's easier to target. All right, and then Hiroshi and Natashka are in the same party, right? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna have our DPS in Bravo. Gonna ask you to guys join different groups. So Zelly, Jan, why don't you join us North Alpha if you would please? Zelly, Jan, North Alpha. Thank you very much. Let us have Arknath Signy, South Alpha if you would please. Thank you. Let us have Navora Seru, North Charlie. All right, and that's it. Okay, I'm gonna do. Well, I'm doing a sanity check. Let me take this marker off my hip real quick. We're gonna do a sanity check here. There should be the following composition: north and south of Bravo, 2 souls. Doesn't matter what your job is. And then north and south of Alpha and Charlie markers, there should be 1 tank, 1 healer, 3 DPS. You're not all gonna be in the same party. That's okay. As long as those individuals are staying in those positions, that's fine. And I'm checking myself, and it looks like all of our job icons are in the right places. Yep. Make sure you stay mobile. Don't get AFK kicked. All right. I'm gonna direct your attention to raid text chat in Discord in a few moments here. Copy link, paste link, copy link, oops. Paste link. All right. So for those of you who are not familiar with how I execute Slime Side, make sure you take a look at raid text chat, please, in Discord. All right. I've just put 2 pictures there. Actually, I put they're out of order, but I'm gonna be talking about the second picture first, and then the positions during slime clear will be second. So, welcome to Slime Side. The overall goal of Slime Side, or aka the barracks, is to pull viscous clots from the hallway into the 4 corner rooms onto the circular pads. We are not killing them. We're just kind of tanking them there. Our tanks are gonna hold them on top of the pads dead center. We just kind of keep pulling the viscous clots from the hallway. Our healers will be doing that. Tanks will be pulling off the healers, baiting those viscous clots dead center on your respective room pad. And then each time a viscous clot is tanked next to another viscous clot, they're going to attempt to fuse. We let that fuse happen. The fused viscous clot will grow into like a +1 slightly larger viscous clot. Okay, we do that all the way up to +4. And then we want to do the final +5 merge all at the same time. And then once they are at +5, they're going to cast Rupture. We just pop Sprint, run out the north door, go out to the east end of that bridge. They're not going to fall off. And then just wait for all of them to explode, okay? So that's the rough outline of what we're doing. To make that happen, we follow a specific plan. All right. I'm gonna ask everyone to make sure that your self mute is on. I'm hearing a little bit of echo. All right. So to do that, we follow a specific plan. All right. First, I'm going to talk about making this area safe because there are 3 random traps in here, and as you might have noticed, I didn't ask for perception or anything. Okay, because on slime side we don't percept. All right, we have all of our tanks pop, sprint, invuln, and then run a specific route. Since we only have 4 tanks over here, I'm going to be doing a hallway sweep in addition to northwest room sweep. But for this, I'm going to ask our tanks, especially if you're new, make sure you're taking a look at the Lego Steppers No Perception Slime Breach plan. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm referring to when I'm discussing this plan. So I'm going to be running that kind of lightning bolt pattern in the hallway. So first, no one should be tailgating me because I am definitely going to explode. All right, I'm definitely going to explode somewhere in the middle of the hallway. Please don't stand next to me while I'm doing that, especially if you're assigned to one of the north rooms. All right, once I do that, I'm going to continue on to the northwest room, and I'll be running the length of that. I'll be covering the traps in that room, okay? But for our 3 other tanks who are here with us today, make sure you make your way to your door. When you get to the door of your room with the pad in it, you pop your sprint, pop invuln, run in a straight line from the door through the circular pad in the middle, touch the far wall. Okay, you will cover one of the only 2 possible trap spots in your room. You may or may not blow up. It's a 50-50 chance for each room. So just, if you don't blow up, great. If you do blow up, you have your invuln on and you're going to live, okay? Healers, be aware that your tank might hit a poison trap. So make sure you give them a quick Asuna if you see the poison debuff. Alright? Or just maybe just automatically auto brain cast it when you see the explosion. All right. So that's how we make the area safe, and we don't use perception to reveal traps. We just run all of them over. Okay. Then our non-tank teammates are going to take up positions in accordance with the positions during slime clear picture in raid text chat. Okay. So for everyone now, if you're looking, make sure you look at the positions during slime clear picture because this is what I'm referring to when I'm talking about positioning. Okay. So let's talk about room assignments, room and position assignments for this encounter. The 2 individuals north of the Bravo marker, so that's Yasin, Exia, and Lord Blackheart. You 2 are assigned to the north end of the hallway. Individuals south of Bravo, so that's Theoth Normi, and the looks like Lalafell that's hiding behind you that I can't click. Oh, that's very greedy, right? Yeah, okay. You 2 are assigned to the south end of the hallway. And on both ends of the hallway, you guys are responsible for killing the Bosjan Knights, right? On your respective ends of the hallway. I think the only person who might have seen this is Yasin. Oh, no, actually, you're indicating clear, so I'm assuming you've seen this before. All right, yeah. So just make sure you guys kill the Bosjan Knights. All tanks, be advised, we don't have threat management in the hallway, so please do not self heal. So that's no TBN, no clemency, no equilibrium, no aurora. All right. So if you're low on health, don't like hit that in a panic with your tank stance on because you're gonna pull something from the hallway. Trust your healer to keep you healed, and if you die from just lack of healing, then just take the L there, and that will teach the healer that what they need to do for the next attempt. Okay. But trust your healer to heal you up. Okay. So. Individuals north of Alpha, you're standing with me, Knuckle Free. We're going to the northwest room. That is the second door on the left. Okay. Individuals standing south of Alpha, you're with Speed Bump. That is you guys are going to the southwest room. That's the first door on the left. Individual standing north of Charlie, you're with Small Izumi. You guys are assigned to the northeast room. That is the second door on the right. An individual standing south of Charlie, you are with Hiroshi Mitarashi. You're going into the southeast room. That's the first door on the right. Please do not get lost. If you have any question on which room you're assigned to, make sure you ask, okay? All right. So that said, For those of you assigned to rooms, you're gonna make sure you give your tank enough space to do their job. And then once you see your tank is like halfway into the room, you can start making your way into your position in your room. So DPS, you guys are going to be generally in the far outer corners of your room. So like, for example, those of you standing with me, Nako Free in the northwest, like above Alpha, we're going to the northwest room. DPS should be all the way out in the northwest corner of the northwest room. Okay. Similarly, for example, those of you standing with small Izumi, you guys are going to the northeast room, second door on the right. The DPS should be in the northeast corner of the northeast room. Okay, so apply that logic to the remaining 2 rooms. Okay, if I see any DPS in the like in any other corner, we'll try to call you out by name just so you can fix yourself. Okay, we're not trying to shame you or anything. We're just trying to get your attention so you know to correct yourself quickly and not cause a wipe. All right, so make sure you guys are going to the correct positions here. Our healers, you guys are going to be taking positions in the. This is not for the hallway. Well, you guys know that. This is for the room healers. Room healers will be taking positions in the extreme north or south corners, close to the hallway. All right, so you're not staying with the DPS. Reason being is that you're going to be pulling viscous clots from the hallway into your corner. Okay, so the way this is going to work, healers, just make sure you're standing in the extreme north or south corner, close to the hallway, and then that'll be your position for the pull. And then for our tanks, we are going to be standing close to, not dead center, but close to the circular pad in your room. So the thing here is that you yourself don't need to be dead center on your circular pad. It's the viscous clot that you will be tanking there. Okay, so if anyone has any questions on positioning, please say something. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep going here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, so the rough outline of our strat is as follows. As I mentioned earlier, our room assigned healers will be pulling viscous clots from the hallway into each corner room. So you're going to use your non-dot spell. Please don't pull with your dot. Just use your glare, your malefic, your broil 2, your dosis. You can give it a single cast and then retreat into your corner. Okay. It is very possible, especially early on in the encounter, where 2 healers will tag the same viscous clot. Okay, because they only come out 3 at a time, and there's 4 of you. If that happens, don't fight for aggro. Okay. Wait for the viscous clot that you aggro to either leave with you or leave with the other healer that tagged it. Okay, they might like do like a little bit more damage with their cast, and then like the viscous clot changes threat. If that happens, just let it go. Okay, wait for that viscous clot to leave the hallway, and then pick another viscous clot, and then attempt to pull again. If it happens again, then again you want to wait until the viscous clot leaves the hallway, and then pick another target. Okay, it might take 2 or 3 attempts to get your first viscous clot. Don't panic. Okay, just kind of roll with it and wait. All right. The thing you want to keep in mind here is slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Okay, you don't want to race to get like all the viscous clot in the hallway into your room so your tank can pull them off of you. Okay, don't rush this, because that's how we wipe. Pull one at a time. Wait for your aggro to leave the hallway, either with yourself or with the other healer who tagged it, and then pull another one. Okay, when you pull into your room, your tank is going to pull off of you and bait that viscous clot dead center on the pad. Once you're free of viscous clot aggro, heal your tank up, heal yourself up, then pop out into the hallway and pull another one, pull it back into your corner, rinse and repeat. All right? Any healers, if you have any questions on your action loop, please say something and ask your question. All right? Let's talk about tank stuff. As I mentioned earlier, your healers are going to be pulling viscous clots into your room. Tanks, when you have line of sight on the viscous clot that your healer pulls into your room, go ahead and unman, shield lob, lightning shot, tomahawk that viscous clot off your healer. Pull it in such a way that it lands dead center on your circular pad. Okay, the viscous clot, the green slime, needs to be dead center on the green pad. You yourself do not need to be dead center on the pad. It's the viscous clot. Okay, that is critically important. The sloppier you are with the positioning here, the higher the chance that you get emerged with that's like off the pad. So make sure you're as precise as possible. I'm not asking for perfection, but I am asking for effort. Okay. So make sure that you bait that viscous clot dead center on the pad. Once you do that, after the first one, your healer is going to go out, get another one. Again, you're going to pull that viscous clot off of your healer, bait it dead center on the pad. When you have two viscous clots next to each other, they're going to merge together. You want to let that merge between two green viscous clots happen. They're going to merge into a new mob, a new viscous clot, slightly larger, reset health with a new buff. It's going to say +1. Okay, I'm going to ask for all of our tanks to look at the actual buff on the HP bar. Thank you. Look at the actual HP bar. Look at the buff. Don't try to count it on your head. You want to look at the +1 buff, okay? Your healer's going to bring another one into your room. You're going to pull that off the healer, bait it dead center on the pad. Again, you're going to see the fusion. That fusion will result in a +2 viscous clot, okay? So on and so forth. You want to merge up to +3, up to +4 on your own schedule. When you see a +4, stop pulling off of your healer. Your healer is going to bring one more into your room. When your healer has brought one into your room and you are looking at a +4 buff on your viscous clot, again, you're not counting out in your head. You're going to do the following. You're going to yell out in yell chat, your room 4 +1. So, for example, I will say Northwest 4 +1. I'll say it in voice chat, but if I were not hosting, then I would type that in yell chat, okay? But make sure you yell that out. Your room 4 +1. So I'm expecting a call of Northeast 4 +1, Southwest 4 +1, Southeast 4 +1, something like that. Okay. You are communicating that you are looking at a +4 buff on your viscous clot, and that your healer has brought one into the room ready for you to pull off. Okay. Any tanks here who have any questions, make sure you ask. But that's going to be your duty here. Yes, go ahead. What's your question, Hiroshi? You can say it in voice chat if you want. Doesn't matter. If that's easier. Okay, I'll read your question when you ask it. Let's talk about DPS stuff. We do? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna drag our Foxtrot folks down to Golem side. Alright. Let's talk about DPS stuff. So, our DPS folks, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to take the extreme outer corners of your individual rooms. Don't touch whatever the tank is tanking in the pad. Don't touch that. Don't touch whatever the healer's holding in the corner. Your job as DPS is to tag the sanguine clots, aka red slimes. But if you happen to be colorblind, the actual mob name is called sanguine clot. That sanguine clot is going to drop from the ceiling somewhere around the circular pad in your room. Okay, it might be like right in front of you between where you and the center pad is. It might be on the other side of the circular pad. Wherever it is, doesn't matter. All 3 DPS in each room is going to race to tag that sanguine clot. Okay, preferably you do it with a range skill. But if you're a monk, just run up to it and hit it and go back into your corner. Okay, but ideally you want to use a range skill to pull the sanguine clot into the corner. Pull it all the way out of the corner and then kill it quickly. All right. You don't need to use your lost actions, but you do need to be on top of your DPS because they're a little beefy, right? It's gonna ask you to use your full damage rotation. No need to pop actions, but make sure you're not just like auto braining your auto attack or something like that. They're gonna drop from the ceiling one at a time every like 10 to 15 seconds. Just make sure each time that one shows up in your room, immediately tag it, pull it out to your corner and kill it. Okay, if you're already working on one and another one drops, tag the second one, pull it into the corner, and then continue working on the first one. Okay, again, all 3 of you are going to do the same action. Don't be like, I thought you were going to do it. Don't do that. All 3 of you are going to be doing the same sanguine like pulling. The first person who tags it is going to get an aggro thread. So like it's gonna train on you for aggro. Don't worry about that. Just all 3 of you. If you all 3 do the same action, then you don't even have to worry about that. Okay, you're on PS4, so typing and tanking is kind of jank. Just shout it out in voice chat then. Oh wait, you can't. Okay, just have someone else in your room. It doesn't matter to me who it is. It can be the healer or like one of the DPS. Just as long as someone calls it out for your room. Yeah. Like I'm not telling you specifically. Well, I mean, I did say you specifically, but more like the intent is for you guys to communicate in your room to me that you are at +4 healer holding 1. Okay? Does it make sense? Yeah. Like I'm not saying you. I mean, I did say you specifically, but if you want to delegate that, that's okay. Just as long as someone in your room in the south east room, right? Yeah. As long as someone in the southeast room calls it out when it's time, then like I don't have a problem with that. So figure it out among whoever's down there, or if someone down there wants to do that to make that call instead, because Hiroshi doesn't want to type on the controller. Like I get that. So as long as it's communicated, the important thing is that the 4+1 is communicated. Yeah. So figure that out amongst yourselves. As long as someone calls it out, that's all I really want. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. DPS. Yeah. So I think DPS. I explained to you guys what you need to do. If any DPS is confused, make sure you say something. One more thing, tanks. Once you're at +4 and excuse me, your room is at 4+1. Don't pull the final viscous clot off your healer. You're gonna wait for me to actually say all rooms are ready. Merge, merge, merge. Call rupture. Okay, that's the exact line that I'm going to use. Once you hear me say that, pull the final viscous clot off your healer. Bait it dead center on the pad. Watch the final fusion happen. Watch the newly formed +5 viscous clot start to cast rupture. Once you see the word rupture in your slime's cast bar, just go ahead and shout it out and shout chat rupture. And then we're going to initiate the exit procedure. Okay. Uh, this is for everyone now. Once you see the word rupture, you're going to pop sprint and sprint into that corner that I placed in yell chat. And we're just going to wait out all the explosions. And if we do everything right, the slimes will go away. And then if Golem side completes their encounter, everything will go away and we'll be able to progress. All right? Does anyone have any questions? Okay. I'm going to ask for all team leads to run ready checks, please. And report when ready. Okay, Alpha is ready. Charlie is ready. Stand by for Bravo team. Bravo team is ready. Slime side is ready. Stand by while I coordinate the pull with Golem side. And if any questions happen to pop up in your head that you need answered, make sure you ask them, okay? Okay, we are holding for Golem side readiness. Yeah, I'm feeling a little rusty. I think I should have hosted on Tuesday just to practice. Well, more like I know I kept repeating myself during my slime side brief. So usually that happens when I don't practice. I start repeating myself. All right, once again we are standing by for golem side readiness. Actually, we're gonna stand down from readiness because if someone wants to AFK bio real quick, go ahead and handle it. All right, we're standing down from readiness. We'll do another ready check in a few moments. Looks like we're still waiting for Foxtrot. But this is part of the charm of executing a 48-man duel. You gotta get all 48 people on the same page. So part of the magic of DRS. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Not there's some raids that still bring perception in here. That's fine if they want that. Because sometimes there's some hosts who want to like save the traps for like a self-destruct mechanism, but I don't do that. Because I assume every time we go in here, we're going to clear. All right. Slime side, go ahead and run. Excuse me. Team leads, go ahead and run ready checks. Please report when ready. Rerunning ready checks. Charlie ready. Alpha ready. Stand by for Bravo. Bravo ready. Slime side is ready. Stand by while I coordinate pull with Golem side. All tanks turn on tank stance, please. Stand by for countdown. 30 on the board. All right. Countdown is live. Let's get in front of the door. I will open the door at 1. I'll be sweeping the hallway for traps. Please do not tailgate me. Then your room assigned tanks will be sweeping your rooms for traps. Please do not tailgate your room tank. If you are not a tank and you get exploded by a trap, that is your fault because you are not giving us enough space to do our job. Okay, give us like a half a second lead or something. And here we go. 3, 2, opening the door. Here we go. Popping sprint. Living dead. Covering hallway. Clear. Hallway clear. Room clear. All right. Sanguine clots are out. Sanguine clots are out. Please tag them. Pull them out into the corners, then kill them. Room healers, go ahead and start pulling. Okay. Once your tank pulls off you healers, go ahead and pull another one. Sanguine clots are out. Sanguine clots are out. DPS tag them. Pull them out to your corners, then kill them. All right. Looks like we have a nominal entry here. Very good. Healers, don't forget to top off your tanks. Sanguine clots are out. Sanguine clots are out. Please tag them. Pull them out to your corners, then kill them. Okay, as a reminder to healers, please don't fight for aggro. If 2 of you tag the same viscous clot, wait for it to leave. Tanks, make sure you're looking at the buff on your viscous clot. Okay, don't count it out in your head because it's easy to lose count. I've been there. I've been the person who wiped the slime side because I miscounted in my head. Once again, we're waiting for +4. All rooms calling at +4. Healer holding 1. Sanguine Clots are out. Sanguine Clots are out. Please tag them, pull them out to your corners, then kill them. Hero, make sure you center your Viscous Clots. They're not going to emerge if they're far apart like that. Like you're looking at them, see them? They're kind of far apart. They need to be like right next to each other. Copy Northeast, 4+1. Waiting for a call of 4+1 from Southeast, Northwest, and Southwest. Copy Southwest, 4+1. Stand by for a call of 4+1 from Southeast and Northwest. Northwest, 4+1. Southeast, 4+1. All rooms are ready. Merge, merge, merge. Call Rupture. Go ahead and pull Final Viscous Clot off your healer. Bait it dead center on the pad. Observe the fusion cast. This is looking good. Rupture. Pop. Sprint. Out the north door, all the way to the east end of the bridge. If there is more bridge to your east, you are not east enough. Alright, stack it up in the corner. Healers, when you get to the corner, heal up. Rescue someone at random. Tanks pop team mitigation and brace for impact. Alright, good job. Make sure everyone's connected to the game and alive before jumping on the jump pad. You cannot come back here if we jump with someone dead on the ground or disconnected. Alright, go ahead and jump. Alright. Nice and clean. If it felt like we over-prepared for slime side, that's on purpose. A boring slime is a good slime. What you don't want is to wind up dead or in the evening news or on a Twitch clip. Well, we don't do that, but but yeah, boring slime is good slime. So thank you for being patient. I want to thank. I'm gonna exercise host privilege here. So I'm gonna clear these markers. I want to tank. I feel like I haven't tanked this for a while. Okay. Golem side, thank you for clearing your encounter, and thank you to Asatoni Shimura for coordinating Golem side. If you delegated something, which I think you did, delegation's a part of leadership, all right? So as long as you orchestrated things over there, that's all I asked you for. So thank you for that. Okay, welcome to Trinity Seeker. As opposed to slime and golems, there's not a whole lot to talk about here. Just use your lost actions with your 2-minute cooldown window. Try to do that. If you don't know how to do that, then just use them like whenever they're lit up, okay? One thing I do want to talk about is my callouts for Fourfold Mercy. I'm just going to call them out by the markers. So if you remember Fourfold Mercy, that's like the 4 swords going out and cleaving half the arena, starting from wherever, like the center point of the boss's hitbox. I just call out the markers for safe spots. So like if the swords glow in such a sequence that the safe spots are 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to actually say 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? I'm not asking you guys to touch those markers, okay? Don't go out and treat this like baseball, because you don't get extra points for touching all bases, all right? Just inside the boss's hitbox, this motion that I'm doing, awkward dance club 2-step, inside the boss's hitbox is all you need to do to dodge Fourfold Mercy, okay? If you're out there touching bases or running the marathon, you're going to get clapped by a sword because you're attempting to cover too much distance, all right? Keep it simple for yourself. The closer you are to the boss's midpoint of the hitbox, the easier it is for you, okay? If you don't know what the awkward dance club 2-step is, maybe you want to do 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, okay? This is electric slide. You can do it. It's electric. Boogie Oogie Oogie, okay? Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. If not, then go Google it. But yeah, so just make sure that you're not too far out and touching the bases, touching the markers, because that's not the intent, okay? We're going to see 3 of those. We might, based on DPS, see 1, maybe 2, off-center Fourfold Mercy. So that's going to happen either dead north, south, east, or west of center. So for example, if it happens south, the callout will sound something like this: 4-3 Bravo blank space, or blank space 3 Bravo 4, whatever the order of the safe spot is, okay? When I say safe spot, or when I say blank space, imagine that there's a fourth virtual marker where I'm jumping, and complete the call out logic accordingly. Okay, so again, that's only if it happens south. It could happen north, east, or west. Just apply the call out logic accordingly. I'm going to say blank space for one of those markers. Okay. Other than that, just pay attention to call outs and do what you think you need to do. Team leads, go ahead and run ready checks, please. Report when ready. All right, Delta is ready. Echo is ready. Bravo is ready. Charlie's ready, standing by for Alpha and Foxtrot. Alpha is ready. Foxtrot 7 of 8, holding for Fox. Don't worry about foods or anything. We don't need to amplify the 0 DPS we're doing, just looking at Eternity Seeker. I'll call for food right before the countdown. Foxtrot is ready. All teams are ready. Go ahead and pop food. Take a hit of your baked eggplant or whatever you happen to have with you, as long as it's better than late last X-Pack food. Okay, that's all you need to bring with you. Or that's all you need to have brought with you. Make sure you use your potions here. This is an enraging fight. And here we go, stand by for countdown, 30 on the board. Tank stance, check. Only I should have tank stance on. All other tanks, make sure your tank stance is off. And welcome to DRS proper. You've gotten past the trash encounter, the literal gatekeeper of this content. Alright, 10 seconds, go ahead and pop sprint. We're just gonna get to the middle, and the first thing that happens is a big raid wide, okay? So kind of prepare for that. Here we go. 1 full. Raid wide going out. And then fourfold mercy. Fourfold mercy is going to happen now. Alright, fourfold mercy. I'm calling out by the markers. Safe spots will be 4. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. Here we go. 1 2 3. Look away from orb. Get away from flower. Look away from orb. Get away from flower. Okay. Alright, everyone inside the boss's hitbox now. Inside the boss's hitbox now. Inside the boss's hitbox now. Tank stack up front. We're gonna stack and share this stack buster. This is shared tank buster. Non-tanks get away. Bam. Alright. Clear front. Only I should be up front. If anyone is up front with me, I am dead. Okay. Stack up tight. You want to start close for this. You're going to get a chain marker over your head. The proper time to move is when the chain marker goes away. So say stack. Stack, 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 stack. Break your chains and hide behind a barrier. Break your chains and hide behind a barrier now. Alright, get back to the middle. We're going to dodge our first set of dash mechanics. I'm going to call out like a letter or something. Just kind of try to pay attention to that. We're going to the right side of 2. Right side of 2, get far away, because the dash lanes are big. We're going to be in front of the wall at 1, in front of the wall at 1, in front of the wall at 1, in front of the wall at 1. Line on 1. 2-minute burst window is up. Go ahead and burst again. There's a stack mechanic. Alright, stay stacked. We're going to stay stacked right here. Stack it up tight on me. We're going to bait a triple laser and we're just going to step out of the way all together. Okay. Stack it up tight, please. Stack it up tight. Triple laser going out. We're just going to sidestep out of the way right over here. Okay, be on sand. 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 Do not be on stone. Be on sand. And we are pushing the boss. Stand by for a phase change to blue. Cross, this is a intercardinal of the boss. This is a cross explosion. Intercardinal of the boss now. Intercardinal of the boss now. Alright, it's gonna come back to the middle. We're gonna do our second dash mechanic. Come back to the middle, please. Get away from the edges. We're gonna do our second dash mechanic. And we're gonna come back to a fourfold mercy. Okay, be on Charlie, right side of Charlie. And when we come back, it's going to be 4, 1. It's a little canted. 4, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's a little turn. 1, 2, 3. Look away from orb. Get away from flower. Look away from orb. Get away from flower. There's going to be a chains after the flower. Get ready for chain stack up. Stack up after flower. Stack, 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 stack. Break your chains now. Break your chains. Break your chains. Break your chains. Don't force your partner to break it for you. Raid wide going out. Alright, I'm going to take a solo buster. I'm just going to mitigate this. No one needs to stand with me. He's going to jump back to the middle. This is going to be a sand or stone sandwich with a fourfold filling. Okay, so it's going to be sand or stone first, then the fourfold, then the stone or sand, the opposite one. Fourfold is going to be 4, 3, 1, 2. There's a cross through. Okay, 4, 3, 1, 2. We are starting on sand first. Stand first. 3, 1. 2, finish on stone, middle is stone. Okay, one more random sand or stone. We are not holding for... You can be on sand, sand, sand. Look away from orb. Get away from flower. Look away from orb. Get away from flower. Dodge this grid first before dodging the laser. Dodge the grid first, then dodge the laser. Okay, get inside the boss's hitbox now. We are not holding for LB3. Raid wide going out. Get inside the boss's hitbox now. We are not holding for LB3. Get inside the boss's hitbox. There's a hot wing coming out. Okay, it's going to jump to the middle, I think. Yep. Alright, what's coming up next? We are not holding for LB3. We're going to look for the off-center clone. We are going to get knocked into the wall. Get knocked into the wall. At 3. In front of the wall at 3. Then the dodge will be blank spot 3 after the knockback. Blank spot 3. Alpha 2. Blank spot 3. Alpha 2 after knockback. Blank spot 3. Alpha 2. Stack for chain, stack for chain, stack, 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 stack. Alright. Let's get our dead folks up. Alright, no one should be leaving this area. No one leave the area. No one leave this area, not even the duelist. Or actually, yeah, Sumi, go ahead and scan. No one should be going ahead. No one else should be going ahead. Healers, make sure you are following the res protocol. Stand on the body before slotting in Lost Arise. Do not slot in a Lost Arise without an actual corpse beneath your feet. The reason I'm asking you guys to do this is because we have a limited amount of Lost Arises. And by standing on the corpse, you are communicating that you are going to activate one of your limited charges of Lost Arise, okay? Additionally, when you run out of charges on your current Lost Arise, step off the body, give another healer a chance to res. What we don't want is a single healer to run out of all of their Lost Arises and then have nothing for later on in the dungeon, right? We want to try to balance out how much res utility we have among all of our teammates. Sumi, do you want to wait for buffs or do you want to just go for it? You want to wait? Okay. Actually, Foxtrot teammates who are buffing, go ahead and buff. Sumi Kasushi. Oh, okay. All right. Stand clear of the body if you're not actually rezzing, okay? Don't be like right here and like it's unclear who's actually making the attempt. Yes, thank you for the reminder. If you died and you haven't already done so, go ahead and pop re-razor. If you're actually out because the minimum is 2 and that's all you brought and you already died that many times, then just let your team know. Yeah, try to form a line or something so it's like clear who's next. Yeah, and sometimes it's like this. Yeah, the one shot. Actually, thank you all of our heroes. Okay, everyone mindfully, manually make your way to Dahu. Do not auto run. Do not auto brain. I think Sumi Kasushi, our Flare Star duelist, is waiting for buffs. So, Foxtrot team buffers, go ahead and stand next to Sumi Kasushi and give them buffs. I think Anwin, you're part of Foxtrot, right? Yeah, go back to close to the dual pad so you can buff your teammate. Okay, it looks like Sumi is going to use the countdown. This next countdown you see is not for us, okay? Make sure you target yourself, target a teammate. Do not target Dahu. We are not going to pull. This is not our countdown. Do not pull Dahu. Do not target. No right click. No, none of that, please. This is not our countdown. Do not pull Dahu. Okay, we are waiting for some RP text to show up. We're waiting for some RP text to show up before initiating. Okay, the duel has started. Let's talk about some Dahu mechanics, just a little bit different from normal mode, okay? The new thing here is Spit Flame. 4 individuals will be marked at random with dots over their head, okay? It's similar visually to like a limit cut style mechanic. You want to run over to a marker that matches the number of dots over your head. So 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Okay, we're going to see that at least 2 times. The second time we see it, and then for each time thereafter, if for some reason the fight goes that long, is going to be followed by a flare mechanic. All right, so the safe spots that get opened up down south, that's where tanks are going to go with their flares. If you get selected for that, 2 tanks will be selected. Everyone else gets knocked away to the north to an available safe spot. Hopefully we have enough safe spots to do that. If not, then we just, take the L. All right? That's the only thing that's different. Everything else you've seen in normal mode. So if you're ready, get in front of the purple line. If you're ready, we're not doing a full ready check. No lost actions required here. Just save your lost actions, your special sauce. No potions required. This is a non-enraging trash mob. All right, this is like an intermission guy. All right, I'm just gonna pull 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is just trash. Dodge all the shit on the ground. Just dodge all that stuff on the ground. There's gonna be a double dash and then a 90-degree conal coming up. It is going north, somewhere up north. Alright, it's coming back south. Please get out of the way. Yes, did it. Alright, 90-degree conal, get out of the way. Alright, we're gonna go back to the middle. Alright, lions are out, numbers soon to follow. Get out from underneath Dahu. Make sure you have visibility over your cranium. Dodge the lines, and here we go. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Please get in position now. I have 2. One, 2, 3, 4. Shockwave coming out. Shockwave coming out. Left, then right. Dodge into it. All right, get knocked back to a safe spot. There are numbered individuals open for us. If you know the secret jitsu, feel free to do it. Yeah, close. That's right. 2 for 2. All right, 5 breaths. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up next is ads. Treat this like a long tank buster. High healing on tank. And everyone else, I'm going to try to stack these guys in the middle as best as I can. Just AE them down. Rampart up. 30%. Surprise it. Alright, good job. Alright, repeating pattern is going to be 1 set of puddles, 1 set of shockwave, 1 set of numbers in that order. Puddles coming out. Stand by for shockwave. Stand by for shockwave. Right, then left. Dodge into it. Alright, numbers coming out. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Please get in position now. Do not greed extra GCDs. We need these safe spots. We need these safe spots. Flares, south. Everyone else to the 2, looks like. Don't gap close after this, or you're gonna get exploded by the thing. Alright, 5 breaths. 5 breaths. I didn't mean to gap close there. That's my fault. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 3 autos on me, then shockwave. 1, 2, prepare for shockwave. Shockwave coming out. Good job. Alright, check for dead first. Check for dead before proceeding. This is a one-way jump up ahead. Let's not leave dead people behind. Let's not leave loot behind, okay? You should have looted 4 chests by this time.
Nako.
Mm.
Is it okay for me if I mention something for healers for this fight specifically?
For Queensguard?
No, the Dahu one. When someone gets knocked back into an AoE during the Tiger part, they will have a bleed debuff on them. You can Asuna them so they don't die. And I saw this happen a few times, unfortunately, here.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was a
Yeah.
suitable thing.
You never knew that? Yeah,
No.
this happens often, actually.
Because I usually don't fuck that up. No, I'm just kidding.
Just a little heads up for future encounter.
Yeah, good to know. I didn't realize the dot was dispellable or assunable. All right, it looks like we're pouring one out for Sumi. So good attempt there. Looking forward to your next attempt. I don't know if you've cleared or not. I think you are working on your first clear, right? But all the same, good try on the duel. Just make sure you build on your experience, and hope eventually you'll get the clear. Okay, just keep trying. All right, we're gonna make our way over to the Queensguard. All right, let's do the following. Let's have 1 healer per party. Just shout out your reflect assignment. If you are new to it, that's okay. We'll tell you what to do. But 1 healer per party needs to volunteer. I'm gonna put the reflect plan in raid text chat. So go ahead and look at that. If you're like one of the if you're the healer reflecting for your team, make sure you take a look at raid text chat and identify which 2 orbs belong to you. All right, that's going to come into play at the very end of the fight. Don't slot in Lost Reflect right now. If you're using Lost Reflect, don't slot it in right now, please. It's going to be at the end of the fight. If you already slotted it in, then keep it. Don't lose it, because that comes into play at the very end of the fight. Healers right now, you need to have Steel Sting and Spellforge on. That's the most important thing to have on right now. Okay. Additionally, let's get to non-reflecting healers to call Dispel. Doesn't matter what your party is, just 2 healers from any team. Just call out Dispel, okay? And I'll circle around and check shout chat or yell chat, text chat, excuse me. I'll circle around and check in-game chat when I'm done talking about tank stuff. Let's have all of our tanks come up front. All tanks up front. All tanks up front. Where's Small Azumi? Oh, there you are. Okay. I wanted to give you this so you can get practice. I don't know if you've probably been doing DRS outside of Lego. That's fine. But I don't know if you've tanked Queensguard lately, so we're just gonna put you back in the hot seat here, just to give you some experience, or just to give you some practice rather. All right, let's give this to you. I'm looking for fresh tanks here to do this. Then we'll give you this, and we'll give you this. Okay. So I've marked 6 tanks with markers. We're each going to use our invuln for something specific. All other tanks just stand by and be ready to jump in if one of these 6 tanks goes down, right? But as far as tank assignments go, Hex 1 will be West Tank and West Turret Invuln. Hex 2 will be East Tank and East Turret Invuln, so that the Turret Invuln is going to be during Phase 2. Our chain pair will be taking the north set of Aura Spheres, and then our target to ignore red tanks will be taking the south set of Aura Spheres. Number 1s will go first, number 2s will go second. The chain pair, your Aura Sphere at the end of the fight is going to show up on Alpha, and then target to ignore your Aura Sphere is going to show up down here on Charlie, okay? Again, 1s go first, 2s go second. So as far as Aura Sphere duty goes, what you need to do at the end of the fight, when all 4, if you can recall from normal mode, all 4 bosses reappear on the field and they shield up and they give those directional parry things. Be like at 2 points during that phase, there's going to be some Aura Spheres at the north and south ends of the arena at Alpha and Charlie. Whoever happens to be tanking that Aura Sphere, you're going to turn on your tank stance. You're going to provoke and spam your threat tool. So that's Unmanned, Shield Lob, Lightning Shot, Tomahawk. You're going to do that with your tank stance on. And you're going to maintain aggro until your DPS teammates kill the Aura Sphere. Hopefully they do it quickly, right? Once it dies, you're going to pop your invuln. You're going to turn off your tank stance, okay? There's going to be another one. That's with the number 2's tank. Again, same locations. They're going to show up again. The number 2's this time, since they have their invulns, will turn on their tank stances. They're going to acquire a threat on their Aura Sphere. And then they're going to also spam their threat tool. Again, Unmanned, Shield Lob, Lightning Shot, Tomahawk, whatever you have. When your Aura Sphere dies, you are going to pop your invuln, then turn off your tank stance, okay? That's what our chain pair and target to ignore pair does. Again, our chain pair is up north, target to ignore down south. 1s go first, 2s go second. Do you have any questions? Okay. Right after it dies, to answer your question, Funny Tank. So you're gonna be second south Aura Sphere. When your Aura Sphere appears, turn on your tank stance before it shows up. Yeah. And then you're gonna get threat on whatever shows up here. It's called Aura Sphere. So acquire threat. When it dies, you're gonna get a marker over your head. That's when you pop your invuln. So you pop your invuln when your target dies, and that will last long enough for you to receive the attack of concern, if you will. Don't worry about like whether or not you're standing close to other people. It's not like an area thing. It only specifically targets one individual. For our DPS teammates, the Aura Spheres at the north and south end need to die. They're going to appear twice at both ends. So I'm going to suggest Slime side go north and Golem side DPS go south. Be very quick on killing the aura spheres, because those aura spheres will one-shot random people that are not the tank at random every so often. So you want to kill it before it gets one cast off. Otherwise, we're just going to start losing people. Okay. So make sure you guys focused on that when they show up. They're going to show up twice. At the same time, all that stuff is going out. Our reflectors are going to be reflecting. So let me take a look at text chat here. All right, it looks like Charlie, Delta, Alpha, Echo, Bravo, Foxtrot all called. Aldis, Firevine is Dispel. Let's get, okay, Tony Chewy, Dispel 2, very good. All right, good. Reflectors and Dispellers have been called out. Dispellers, your task is to dispel the warrior. I shouldn't target like that. Dispel the warrior during the first part of the fight. It's going to cast Boost on occasion. Just dispel the Boost buff so that the subsequent raid wide doesn't murder the entire raid. Okay, try not just be advised that the dispel and reflect skills or spell, whatever you're using, is a GCD. Okay, so specifically for dispel, don't spam your glare thinking you can weave your dispel, because that's not gonna work. So just stop DPSing for a second. If you see boost casting, stop doing damage. Do your dispel and then resume spamming your one key, or whatever your stone is on. All right, reflectors. So at the end of the fight, you're gonna want to prep your reflect before we go into the final phase again, where the 4 bosses come back and they start doing their directional parries. You're gonna find your orbs in accordance with the picture that I put in raid text chat. Okay, so like for example, Alpha, you're gonna cover the 2 northwest pairs of orbs. You just do one, and then reflect the other one. Like you just walk into the other orb after you resolve your first one. Okay, they pulse like 3 or 4 times, so like hopefully you guys can handle it. That's gonna happen 2 times. So each reflector will be reflecting a total of 4 orbs, 2 at a time, if that makes sense. All right. So you're gonna reflect your first pair. We're gonna do some damage on the bosses, and then you're gonna reflect your second pair. If at any point in the fight before that mechanic, before you do any reflecting, if you die, make sure you yell out in yell chat something like Alpha reflect down. Okay. What that does is let everyone know that A, you are down, and B, like you are down and cannot do your reflect mechanic because you're dead. And B, it tells us which pair needs to be reflected. Okay, that gives us enough information to hopefully attempt to cover for you. And then for our healers who are not reflecting, if you happen to see that message, just call out that you are going to cover. You're going to cover for your dead healer. For the dead healer. Okay, it doesn't have to be the healer in the same party, right? But just make sure. Let's just call it out so we communicate that a reflect is being covered. All right, not the end of the world if we miss a reflect, but we don't want too many of those because that will kill people and possibly just get us into enrage. Okay. Reflectors, dispellers. Do you have any questions? All right. Important right now that our healers who pre-discussed Spellforge and Steel Sting, who deconflicted that before we entered here, this is the time they put it on your bar if it's not already there. So go ahead and equip that. And once the countdown starts, no earlier is when you start buffing your teammates. Okay, if you do it anytime before, it's just gonna fall off mid-fight, or rather, I guarantee that you will have to rebuff it and lose like 8 GCDs or whatever during the fight. So if you don't want that to happen, just wait for the cooldown to start and then buff your teammates. Okay, at least you have the chance of not having to buff during the fight. But you're gonna want to give Spellforge to all tanks, all melees, and all Fizz range. And you're gonna give Steel Sting to yourselves and your caster teammates. And then there's a few jobs that do mixed damage. If you don't know who needs what, just give it to everyone on your team and just just eat the 8 GCDs or whatever it takes to buff your teammates. Okay, it's critically important that your teammates have the correct buff and it's even more important that the 2 tanks get that first. Okay, so myself, Nako Free, and Small Izumi, we are Hex 1 and Hex 2. We're going to be the main tanks for this fight. So make sure that we have the correct buff. Otherwise, we're not holding aggro, and if we're not holding aggro, then the ads are just going to get loose. They're going to tether, and we're going to die. All right. So make sure Hex 1, Hex 2 have the buff first in front of like everyone else. And that's all I got. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything? As far as mechanics go, let's talk about just a few things regarding mechanics. Don't sorry, I'm trying to remember here. Oh, double or nothing, go big. Or rather, so for bomb mechanic, if you are the same as the bombs as far as tether or no tether, you go to the big bomb. Okay, same goes to big, different go to small. Or other than that, you can also remember it like double or nothing, go big. If both you and the bombs are tethered, you go to big. If neither you nor the bombs are tethered, you also go to big bomb. Double or nothing, go big. Or same tethers, you go big. Different tethers, go small. You know, however you want to remember it. Sword Omen, you want to be out on the edge. Shield, you want to get knocked away from the middle, away from where the orb will land, and get knocked towards your bomb. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. Just, you know, really, for people who are seeing it for the first time, just take this as a learning experience. But double or nothing, go big. Okay, if like I'll usually call it out, but if you want to learn how to do it yourself, double or nothing, go big is the mnemonic. Let's see here. Mustadio mechanic. There is a Mustadio safety hole thing to resolve here. You need to receive 2 directional attacks with that safety hole. Okay, so you're gonna get the 3/4 Mustadio like marker on your character. You want to point the opening towards the source of damage. So when you get this mechanic, you're going to point it towards 2 things. You're going to point it towards the gunner that will be tanked in the middle first. Once that gunner does queen shot, you immediately rotate to be facing the turret that you are in line with, okay? Try not to stand in between turret lines because you're going to get hit by both turrets because the lines do overlap. So try your best to be directly in front of one or the other turret. Thank you, Wobble T Bobble, for putting that picture up. So if you want to take a look at raid text chat, that's what the lanes look like. Don't be like ambiguously between 2. All right. And that's about it. Everything else, just kind of pay attention to callouts. Use your 2-minute cooldown. Use your lost actions here, and don't wait. We're gonna engage all of these 4 bosses here right away. Don't wait until they jump away, and then they just come out in the pair. Don't wait until that to do your 2-minute burst. Just start right away, and then use your 2-minute burst at use your, what do you call it, your lost actions like as your 2-minute burst goes up after that, because we're going to be fighting all 4 of these guys at the same time at the very beginning. Okay. All tanks, go ahead and activate your tank stance. All tanks, go ahead and activate your tank stance. We're going to gaggle pull all these once the countdown starts, or after the countdown ends rather, and then once they all jump away, all tanks except for myself and Small Izumi will be deactivating tank stance. All right. Let's get all team leads. Go ahead and run ready checks, please. Report when ready. Can you repeat the bomb mechanic again? Double or nothing, go big. Don't worry too much about that. I'll call it out again during the actual mechanic. Delta is ready. Charlie is ready. Alpha is ready. Standing by for Bravo, Echo, and Foxtrot. Echo is ready. Bravo is ready. Foxtrot is ready. All teams are ready. Tank stance check. Make sure it is on. Go ahead and pop food. Take another bite of your baked eggplant or whatever you happen to have with you. Okay, I guess we're going. We're gonna commit. Use your lost actions. That's unfortunate. Raid Y going out. Okay, that's fine. Not the end of the world. Second Raid Y going out. Yeah, healers just start getting Steel Sting Spellforge on your teammates. Okay, all tanks turn off tank stance. We're gonna have the warrior to the wall first. Knight will be pulled to the middle. Okay. We are in Spellforge. Give everyone the purple. Give myself and the small Azumi purple, then give everyone else purple Spellforge. They have to die at the same time, folks. So make sure the HP is evened out. Knight is a little bit behind. Okay, we're seeing our first bomb mechanic here. It is Shield Omen. This is a knockback mechanic from the center. You want to get knocked away 45 to 90 degrees from the approach of the knight. Bombs are not tethered. Tethers will be going to small after the knockback. Okay, where's the knight? There it is, 45 to 90 degrees. Tethers to small, non-tethers to big. Don't get knocked out of the arena. Tethered folks, you're going to land first. When you land, run to a bomb that just exploded. Wait for the second explosion to hit. Clear, get back in the fight, critical rolls. If you died, please say something. Again, you want to say like whatever letter reflect down if you're a reflector. Please dispel the warrior now, dispel the warrior now, dispel the warrior now. Raid wide going out. Okay, good job. We're alive. Even out the HP, keep them even. Warrior's a little behind, just a little bit. Try to keep it even. Okay, this time we're gonna be, it'll be tethers to swirly wind puddle, non-tethers to sparkly gravity. If you are tethered right now, you will be going to swirly wind. Tethers to wind now. Knight is casting Shield Omen. We're gonna find the safe spot inside of the Knight's hitbox, and we're gonna go towards the safe corner. It is a little bit towards the warrior. Safe side, a little bit towards the warrior. Queen warrior is boosting again. Please dispel now. Raid wide's going out. Please mitigate. Right. A little bit emit on tanks. This is a small buster. And then repeat of mechanics, resuming with starting with invuln tether. Watch out for a possible color change here. Okay, no action required. We are remaining in Spellforge. No action required. Let's give spell. Okay. Alright, kill both of them at the same time, ideally. We should see this, yeah. Okay, good job. Okay, I'm gonna take the soldier over to the wall first. Gunner will be going to the middle. Alright. Good job. Alright, first gunner mechanic. Small balls turn the frogs. Follow the frogs one jump. They will create a safe spot between them. The big balls will be moving first. Safe spot will be dead north, dead north, dead north. Start your ring is out. Aim your opening towards the gunner in the middle first. Turret on the side, turret on the side. Clear, get back in the fight. Critical rolls. If you died, please say something. Buster on tanks. I don't know what I is, what's your reflect. You need to call out what your letter is, otherwise we don't know what to cover. Oh, wait, wide, by the way. Sorry about that. Okay, soldier is very far behind. They need to die at the same time. Make sure that happens. Alright, turrets are coming out very soon. Myself and small Izumi will be acquiring threat. Make sure the gun turrets die quickly. Okay, halfway through, just pop your invuln. Looking dead. Raid wide going out. Okay, hot or cold coming up. If it's just like in Castrum. Hot is pyretic, cold is you keep moving. Stand by for the call out. Hit F1 on your keyboards, put your controllers down. Think about how you're doing. Wait for the pyretic buff that you just got to fall off. Clear. Get back in the fight. Critical rolls. If you die, please say something. Idolin, what reflect number are you? What team are you in? We don't know which one you need to reflect. Oh, they're just... Okay, never mind. I thought they were a reflector. Okay, even out the damage reflectors. If you're using the Lost Reflect skill, go ahead and slot it in. Okay, untethered soldiers are the safe spot. They're going to jump 2 times. They are currently on the west side. Split north-south. Split north-south. Never mind. Okay. Tank stance check. Number 1's chain and target to ignore on. Everyone else off. Slime side DPS north. Kill the Aura Sphere. Golem side DPS south. Kill the Aura Sphere. Reflectors, do your thing. Okay. Make sure you invuln that marker and then turn off your tank stance. Number 2 tanks. Turn on your tank stance. Don't get parried. Don't get reflected. These shields will change on occasion. Disengage for a second. Disengage. Don't get reflected. Don't get parried. That's a doom. Okay. Second reflect. Second Aura Sphere coming out now. Get back into position. We want to kill these Aura Spheres quickly. Aura Spheres are coming out. Kill these Aura Spheres. And number 2 tanks, when your Aura Sphere dies, pop your invuln immediately. Okay, don't get parried, don't get reflected. Alright, healers, go ahead and healer LB3 if you... Never mind. Yeah, that's a hard one to call. Okay, let's get our dead folks up. Good job. Make sure you loot your chest here, and yeah, let's get our dead folks up. There are no traps up ahead, so if you want to go up to the Phantom, feel free to walk ahead. Oh, good job. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, like that's critical roles, right? If you're responsible for a reflect, because if the reflect isn't handled because the reflector is dead, then we want to know that so we can at least try to cover for them, right? But like you are an important member of our team, of course, because you're contributing damage, but like specifically for that, I was asking for reflectors, dispellers, and like any tanks who might have died before doing their mechanic. Otherwise, we're going to get more deaths, so that's okay. All right. Tank stance check. All tanks, go ahead and deactivate your tank stance, and thank you for tanking the previous encounter. I am in the 4-1 gang, so we're all going to go over to 4. Hug the wall, please, and stack up on the wall next to 4. And what's about to happen is I will pull the Phantom. I'll pull the Phantom over to 4, and I will probably be wrong on this gamble because that's just how my luck is. We're gambling for uptime here, so hopefully the idea is we pull the Phantom over to 4, and 4 happens to be the correct. Okay, it looks like we're gonna get another early pull. All right, Theoth, just make sure you don't do that next time. Okay, raid wide going out. It's like early pull day. Oh, I need to turn on my tank stance, that's right. Alright, we are looking for a Circle Donut, and it is number 4 today. Nice. Uptime. Alright, we're gonna walk down with this donut. Do not get ahead, do not fall behind. Yeah, sorry about that, Zephyr. Okay, just walk with the donut. There's a death wall at the end here. Please don't like auto brain into it. Okay, we're gonna wait for Charlie to stop flashing. Go into Charlie now. We're gonna hang out here for many seconds. Almost got close into that. We're gonna wait here for many seconds. We're gonna wait for 3 flashes on the Delta column, and then we're gonna move into Delta. Count it out. 1, 2, 3. Switching to Delta, please. Wait for 3 flashes on Charlie, then we're gonna go into Charlie. 1, 2, 3. Switch. We are going into add phase. Okay. Healers, just heal up the Misty Wraiths. Everyone else kill the Bloody Wraiths, please. When your current target is resolved, move towards another target that might still be alive. Don't assume that they have it, because they might be assuming that you have it. Alright, final wave. Again, don't assume that they are handling the thing that you're not handling, whoever they happen to be. Alright, interrupt the middle. There you go, good job. There are traps up ahead. There are traps up ahead. After this, we're going to have our sweep 2, activate Lost Perception, and you're going to be sweeping for traps up ahead. There's no enrage here, so I'm not calling for like lost action usage. Alright, what's the pattern? What's the pattern? We're gonna get on Bravo here. Get to Bravo. We're gonna get knocked into the circle, then we're gonna walk with the donut. And then when we get to the wall, we're gonna make our way towards Delta, not exactly on Delta. We just want to get around a circle that's coming down the Charlie lane. Oh, let's get the didn't do it. Oh, we did. Nice. The express. All right, check for dead first. I think we might have some dead. Okay. There are traps up ahead. Please wait for trap sweep to happen. Please wait for trap sweep to happen. If you don't see someone percepting in front of you, then you are wrong. Okay. Who's our trap? Who's our sweep 2? It is Small Izumi. So Small Izumi is going to scan for traps up ahead. Well, today you learned, so just don't do that again. Alright, take your time with this. And for everyone else, do not run ahead of trap sweep. If you get exploded by a trap, it's going to be your fault, okay? Assume that you're going to lag at the worst possible moment and don't vector towards the trap. Do not auto run, do not auto brain. Mindfully, manually make your way down to TA. Alright, be very careful. There is a trap. There are 3 traps in that room. Alright. Mindfully, manually make your way to TA. Do not auto run, do not auto brain. We need all these traps. Alright. I'm gonna call for a 5-minute bio break here. So I'm going to activate my my AFK macro, and we'll be right back in 5. AFK. All right. Still got some time on our AFK macro. I guess I want to take advantage of this downtime to mention that I'm going to host DRS from the Cloud DC during the week that it's up. So I want to push that. So if you guys have it within you to grind up the metal in the days before the Saturday that the cloud servers are open, then hopefully we can convince at least 24 to 48 people to go ahead and do that. I'll be doing it, so I'll be there. I'll be there in the trenches with you guys doing Ivlis and what is it, BSF and Zadner. Yeah, there's a lot of steps to opening DRS from a fresh character. Fortunately, they're starting us off at the end of Shadowbringers, so it's not like we have to do any like MSQs or anything. We do have to do Ivlis to open up Save the Queen, and then we have to grind the metal, and then do DRN, of course. So we'll make an attempt. I'm not guaranteeing we'll go in because we might only have like 15 interested people, but I put something on Reddit and the 14 forums, and I actually asked for like GM intervention on the forum because I assume they want, like, they're doing a network test, so I assume they would want like DRS where it's 48 people in an instance. Like, I feel like that would be a very good candidate for stress testing. So hopefully I can hear back from a GM. Yeah. All right. 5-minute macro has passed. I'm going to ask for our team leads to run a modified ready check. So for this ready check, go ahead and run ready check. If you have a negative response from a team member, check voice chat, see if they've cleared or not. And if they have cleared, consider them as present. You bought sparkling Honeycrisp apple cider? Or I think I have no opinion. Like, you drink it up. I don't know. Yeah, back in my drinking days, I like the what do you call it? There's like some dry cider that I used to drink. I forget what it's called. But anyway, that's a past life. We don't do that stuff anymore. I'm too old. All right, Foxtrot, Echo. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Bravo. Alpha, Charlie. Yeah, they're clear. Shout out to, there's a bunch of hosts here, by the way. So like Small Azumi, hello, Small Azumi. Very greedy. Also a new host with a couple, I want to say a couple clears under his belt. And Lord Blackheart also executed a raid last week, as I understand it. So shout out to all of our new and veteran hosts here who are showing up. Yeah, make sure you guys keep an eye on upcoming runs and PF listings. If Saturday morning, if you have like FC mates or other friends in game who want to do DRS but like can't make Saturday morning, there are other runs being conducted by other hosts in this server. So just keep an eye on upcoming runs, PF listings for all that stuff. Yeah, Atma is also hosting later tonight. Yeah, this is the Saturday morning run. But sometimes, like, there are people who like know other folks who are like, I want the Cerberus mount, but I cannot wake up to that run because it's at like 2 a.m. my time or something like that. I don't know. They might be working. Like, I have no idea. But fortunately, I'm not the only host on this server for the moment, anyway. All right, Bravo team, is your member back, or are you guys ready? Or rather, are you present? That's what I'm checking for. Are you present? All right, checking again. I see it. Yeah, shout out to our folks over in Europe and UK. If you happen to somehow be at FanFest while being in this raid, someone say something in Yoshi P. Let them know that we want Savage 4-ways. We love this shit. This is the most social combat experience in this game, I think, objectively. So I want them to do more of this. It's a big lift on the networking side, though. I recognize that. One of yours? All right. We're kind of ticking down the clock here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll, you know, we're just gonna go ahead with explanations. All right. So I'm gonna click here to full host plan, so I don't forget anything. You don't need to follow along, but this is just more for me and whoever else wants to follow along. Not a whole lot to talk about here. If you are here for the first time and I'm like saying stuff and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? That's okay. Right, that's okay. You don't have the context of actual experience to frame like all the different things that I'm saying. Like, that's fine. You'll get that context here in short order. But just try to remember what I'm saying as best as you can. And hopefully the knowledge will click in your head as you're seeing the mechanic. And if not, don't worry about it too much. All right, let's talk about sword call out. So on the field, I have 4 tiles marked 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those squares will be the safe spot for its sword mechanic. I will call out which one that is. You need to take a sword slash from a clone. So in DRN, you get the nice kind of like, they give you the 4 swords one at a time, and they give you like a nice long telegraph. Here in Savage mode, it is truly like a Savage mechanic, okay? It's all 4 swords go out at the same time, and they are arranged such that they slash around a single safe square. So the idea is, from the safe square, you find which sword hit you need to take to adjust your overhead temperature to the target temperature, and then you make one movement, one tile movement into the slash area. Okay, if you go diagonal of the safe spot, you're getting hit by 2 different swords at the same time. You don't want to do that because you will definitely be dead, either due to straight up damage or incorrect, like over temperature or under temperature, something like that. You're like 99% dead if you go diagonal to the safe spot. So make sure you're not doing that. Just take one step north, south, east, or west of the safe spot. Like whatever sword that you need to get hit by, I would suggest looking at the direction of the sword and then stepping in one tile in the direction of the sword. Okay, don't look at the faces, look at the sword. Okay, and that's the sword call out. Elemental brand. So let's talk about elemental brand. Here in Savage Mode TA, there's a unique mechanic called elemental brand. At the end of the elemental brand cast, you're going to get a debuff. There's not a additional thing that's going to show up over your head. It is just a debuff. It's going to say something like -1 cold brand or +2 hot brand. Whatever that is, you need to finish with your overhead temperature opposite that debuff. Okay, that's how that works. So for the first half of this fight, just like in DRN, you want to adjust your overhead temperature to neutral, no temperature. For the second half, or the second 3 weapon sequences, you want to adjust your overhead temperature to be opposite whatever debuff you get from elemental brand. Okay, it's unique per team member, so don't think that you can just follow everyone and do it. Okay, you're gonna get a different temperature, or you're gonna get a different set of temperatures and elemental brands. So make sure you pay attention. All right. Quick March. Let's talk about Quick March. Quick March is always 2 squares. Quick March is always 2 squares. Do not sprint, do not lost swift, and do not lost impetus. You want to start your quick march mechanic from dead center. So like for the first two anyway. First two, you want to start dead center, stack on the 3 marker, and you want to point your quick march towards the thing that will not kill you. All right, so you might have to point it towards the correct boulder to march into the correct boulder to change your temperature to neutral. You might need it to march away from the column of fire to get out of the lava field. And then finally, you're going to use for the third quick march, you're going to be in the save column. You're going to get 2 squares away from where your target arrow is going to land, and let quick march take you into the correct square to receive your arrow shot. Okay, that's how that works. All right. At this point in time, Aether shielding tanks. I'm just going to use Aether shield for my team. Aether shielding tanks, go ahead and slot it in. If both tanks in a 2-tank party are new, then both of you slot it in. If both of you are veterans and one of you want to go full ham on damage, feel free to do that. And speed bump. I'm going to ask you to. Yep, there you go. You got Aether shield on. Good. Yeah, it's not a crime to double up on Aether shield, because if one of you guys die, then hopefully the other person will get it. But if you're both like experts at the fight, then feel free to negotiate some arrangement where one can go damage. That's okay too. Just be prepared to slot in Aether shield if your actual Aether shielder goes down. For our pseudo tanks were designated before we came in here. Now is the time to slot in Stone Skin 2. For every Glory of Bozja cast from TA, we are going to do Aether Shield and Stone Skin 2. Additionally, our Stone Skin folks, since Stone Skin is your only like tank mitigation tool, like analog, since you don't have a second tank, you're going to use Stone Skin 2 a couple times. Okay, you're going to use it once before the raid wide hits, and then you're going to use it at least once, maybe twice, depending on like how dead your healers are or whatever. You're going to cast it again a couple times to absorb the bleed ticks, because there's a big bleed after the raid wide hits in Savage, right? Wiggle check, don't get AFK kick. All right, we don't have any pseudo healers, so skip that. Okay, a little bit of a pep talk here. TA is hard. Don't expect this to be a cakewalk easy fight. If this is your first time here, listen to callouts and do what you think you need to do. If you die here, it is not the end of the world. Just relax, don't get flustered, and learn from your death. If you're here for the first time, and you're like stressed out, you were anxious, this is the first time you actually joined a LEGO Steppers run, you've been hearing about it and you're finally here, and like you want to do your best, that's okay. I recognize that you are anxious, and if you're anxious, that means you want to do well. I get it. That said, don't freak out. Don't be so stressed out that you're not learning anything. Like, if you take an early L, if you die even before the first temperature mechanic and you're dead on the ground for like 90% of the fight, that's okay. All right, that's okay. Just stay calm, and the fight is still going on around you. Just keep your eyes open. Try to absorb what you can from the ground, okay? And pay attention, because you might get res by like an LB or like a dice or something. Like, who knows? Just pay attention. But the important thing is not to stress out so much that you just shut down. Okay? No one, I guarantee you, no one will make fun of you for dying to a temperature mechanic at TA. We've all been there, right? If someone does that, they're getting removed from the server, because that's right in our code of conduct. So this is a safe space for you to learn. All right, that's my point. So if we wipe here, then we wipe. No big deal. We will hop back out, and yeah, we'll try again. It's a little early. So if we wipe here, we'll just hop back out and try again. All right. We might lose some folks. I'll make a call for reinforcements. We'll make another attack. Right. And that's all I got. Team leads, go ahead and run ready checks, please. Report when ready. All right, Echo is ready, Delta's ready, Foxtrot ready, Alpha ready, Bravo ready. Standing by for Charlie team. Charlie team is ready. All teams are ready. Go ahead and take a hit of your food. Take a bite. Your baked eggplant, your smoked chicken, whatever you have. Do as much damage as you can in your opener here. All right. Seriously, no right click early pulls here. We have a couple early pulls today. All right, let's not early pull here. Tank stance check. Only I should have. Oh, we have tank stance on. I already have it on. Okay, tank stance check. Only I should have it on. All other tank stance off. Stand by for countdown. 30 on the board. All right, here we go. Take a deep breath. This is a hard fight. This is not an impossible fight. Okay. Just stay cool, do what you can. And let's take it one mechanic at a time. Alright? No need for stress. 10 seconds pop sprint. We're gonna try to get into the middle as best as we can. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Tank stack up front. We're going to stack and share this buster coming up. We'll stack and share. Okay. Aether Shield. Stone Skin 2 Heavy Mitt now. Stone Skin 2 again. Help out with the bleed. Okay, everyone behind the boss. Behind the boss. Behind the boss. Alright, coming up next is in front or out. In front or out. It's going to be everyone out, away from the boss. This is an untelegraphed circle around the boss. Flash, get out. Clear. Get in front of the boss, and we are starting with a sword pattern. Get in front of the boss now. In front of the boss now. In front of the boss now. We got some folks behind the boss. That is not the place to be. Alright, hold your burst. She's going untargetable here in a few seconds. Take a look at your overhead temperature. Be at 0 by the end of this mechanic. I'm calling out safe spots. Here we go. Your first safe spot is 3. Your first safe spot is 3. Your personal answer is in a cardinal direction of 3. Diagonal of 3, not correct. Okay. Your second safe spot is 4. If you still need to get hit, your answer is next to 4. Diagonal to 4, not correct. Okay. Stack on boss, stack on boss. Okay, Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, Heavy Mitt now. Stone Skin 2 again, help out with the bleed. Commence her up. She's gonna adjust to 3 in a second. Get behind the boss now. Get behind the boss. Okay, tank stack up front. Don't pop your mitigation yet. Everyone take a look at your quick march debuff. Okay. Stack buster, stack and share. You're gonna point your quick march away from the column of fire. You want to start on the 3 marker. Don't do your skills while doing quick march, otherwise you're going to face an unexpected direction. We're going to Delta right now. Okay. Got a few firewalkers, healers, so feel free to try to rescue, but focus on surviving here. Take a look at your overhead temperature. Be at 0 temperature, neutral temperature by the end of this mechanic. There's no other gimmick. Arrows are coming out. Find your arrow. Trace it out. Get in position. Arrows are resolving in 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 seconds on debuff. Stack on boss. Stack on boss. Aether Shield. Stone Skin 2 Heavy Mitt here. And I'm pulling to the middle right now. Okay, untelegraphed circle away from boss, please. 8 yards. Flash. Get away. Alright, stack on 3. Stack on 3. Stack on 3. Everyone on 3. Take a look at your overhead temperature. Be at neutral by the end of this mechanic. Take a look at your quick march direction. You're going to quick march into the correct boulder after it lands from 3. Do not sprint. I promise you it will take you far enough. Healers, please heal us up when this lands. Point your quick march. Stop doing skills. Point your quick march towards the correct boulder. You're marching in 3, 2, 1, march. Stack on boss, stack on boss. First up, Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, Heavy Mitt. Okay, get in front of the boss. We are going into the second half of this fight. We will now be dealing with Elemental Brand Mechanics. She's pointed towards 3, just stack up in front of the boss. She's pointed towards 3. Okay, once again, she will move between 2 and 3. Take a look at your overhead temperature. That's part 1. Take a look at your elemental brand debuff. That's part 2. Think about what you need to be hit by. You might need to be hit 2 different times. Alright, here we go. Your first safe spot is 4. Your first safe spot is 4. If you are diagonal to 4, you're not correct. Diagonal is not correct. Alright, safe spot is 2. Safe spot is 2. If you still need to get hit, your answer is next to 2, diagonal to 2, not correct. Clear. Stack on boss, stack on boss. Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, Heavy Mitt now. Doing alright. She's going to adjust to 3 here in a few moments to get behind the boss after she moves. There she goes. Get behind the boss now, get behind the boss. Okay, we're about to see Unseen Eye. That's where they shoot across the field in a grid. Don't get shot. Don't stand in the lanes of where Unseen Eye is showing up. So it's coming out from Charlie. Okay, sides are safe. Pop, sprint, and wait. You're going to wait until the ground marker goes away. The ground orange goes away. Now go to Bravo. Now go to Bravo. Alright. Stay calm. And do this one piece at a time, okay? First your temperature is coming out. Make sure you look at your temperature. Now your elemental brand is coming out. Take note of what it is. You might already be balanced. Take a look at your quick march. Arrows are coming out. Put it all together. Find your arrow, trace it out, get 2 squares away, and point your quick march towards the correct square. Here we go. Trace it out. Okay. 2, 1. Sorry, I had trouble seeing my own mechanic. Alright, stack on boss, stack on boss. Tanks against the wall. Tanks against the wall. Stand by on healer LB3. Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2. Healer LB3 now from the middle. Get your people up. Tanks on the wall. You're gonna stack and share this buster on the wall. Alright, I'm gonna bring this back to the middle. Alright, get out of this. Get away from the boss. This is an untelegraphed circle, 8 yards from the boss. Flash, get away. Alright. Get back on, stack on 3, stack on 3. Take a look at your overhead temperature. That's part 1. Take a look at your elemental brand. It's part 2. Respect this mechanic, please. There's no quick march here, and you have to walk yourself to the correct boulder. Stack on 3. Boulders are coming down on the corners. As you run to the correct boulder, you want to dodge Unseen Eye coming from Charlie, okay? So go to your boulder and do nothing, because we're done. Alright. Let's res our dead folks. Don't run ahead. Do not run ahead. Do not run ahead. Do not run ahead. Do not run ahead. I don't care if you know what's coming up next. Don't run ahead. that was fun. Glad you enjoyed yourself. Glad you're enjoying yourself. All right. Do not run ahead, please. Do not run ahead. Let's get all of our dead folks up. Once again, make sure you're following the res protocol. That's okay. That's okay. If you're new or you haven't been here a lot, There's some folks who like clear on their first entry here. Like they just need to come back and learn the rest of the build up their knowledge. Sometimes, a lot of the times that happens. So, you know, like I said, don't be too ashamed of getting worked by a mechanic. All right, is everyone up? Okay, we are not going ahead. Make sure you loot your chest, and then for our new folks and whoever else wants to participate, please come back to the trap room. Our new folks and whoever else wants to do this, please come back to the trap room and hug up on this pink trap. Don't actually jump on it. Just get as close as you're willing to get without actually activating it. Please don't activate it. Please don't activate it. Just get real close. Everyone get real close. Whoever wants to do this. All right. On the count of 3, we're all gonna jump on this trap, and then after we jump, with the debuff, we're gonna try to race to jump across the jump pad on the far side of the TA arena and squeeze through the bars of the gates on the other side. All right. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh yeah. Who's gonna be the winner? So it looks like Tequili in Indira is up ahead. Thank you, as always, for making the roll. Nice. Love to see it. Alright, who's gonna be the winner up here? Oh, you gotta squeeze through the bars, otherwise you don't win. Okay, Tequili Indira is the winner. There are traps downstairs. There are traps downstairs. Do not get blown up by a trap. Wait for perception. Sweep 3 will be sweeping ahead. Wait for perception. There are 2 traps in the room, 1 on the bridge. Please do not go off the stairs. Don't get claustrophobic and then get exploded by a trap. All right. So mindfully, manually make your way to the next encounter. Do not auto run. Do not auto brain. There's a trap on the bridge. There's a trap on the bridge. Be very careful. Let's percept. There we go. Okay. All traps have been revealed. Mindfully, manually make your way to the next encounter. Do not auto run. Do not auto brain. Welcome to a Savage Special boss. A mandatory boss. Because if we don't kill this, then it's like absolute virtue in BA, if you're familiar with that. Queen is unkillable. So we need to do this. Alright. Let's get doesn't matter what team you're from. I just want to see, you know what, hold on. Let's be smart about this. Let's have our what does PB do? They say deflect and dispel, right? Let's get 3 reflectors and reflectors on Bravo, dispellers on Delta. I would like to see at least 3 of each. And I'll circle back and take a look. But we want 3 bodies on each of those 2 markers. I'm gonna ask for our tanks to take position on a. Wait, hold on. That's not it. I'm gonna ask for our tanks to take position on a marker on the floor. Hug the outer ring. Okay, hug the wall. Hug the wall, please. Hug the wall. I want to see tanks, 2 tanks per marker. If you're not actually reflecting or dispelling, please don't stand on the Bravo and Delta markers. And let's get just 3 of each, because we have to reflect and dispel the next fight as well. So only 3. Like there's like 5 people on the dispel marker. Okay, I'm just gonna tag Max Piggy, please leave the marker, and Tony Chewy, please leave the marker. Yeah, just 3 is fine. Again, I want to save resources for the next fight. Okay, 2 or 3 tanks per marker. Is Izumi by herself up north? Oh no, okay, I see. You two are there. All right, let's have. I'm gonna tag small Zoomy here. I'm gonna tag the Mage of Bacon. I'm gonna tag myself as one. And I will tag Zephy. There you go. All right, all tanks on a marker, 2 to 3. Let's have who's this? Is this Roja? Yo, don't hide. Come over here for Roja, Yon marker kudasai. Or onegaishimasu, I think is the word that I should be using it. Thank you. Arigato. All right. This is going to be our tank assignments for ad phase. Our marked tanks will be primary ad bait. Our unmarked tanks are going to be trap sweep. So the way this works at ad phase, when Stigmot Lord hits 70%, our tanks are going to travel in a pack together. Okay? We're going to travel together. Our marked tank is going to have their tank stance on, and we're going to be pulling the ad that shows up in the inner ring, inside of the inner ring, to the outside, and we're going to try to make it walk as big of a circle as possible clockwise around the outer ring. Okay, as big of a circle as possible clockwise around the outer ring. Our unmarked tanks are going to walk with your tank partner. You're going to make your way slowly to the next marker, clockwise from your current position. About 2/3 of the way to the next marker, the floor will turn yellow. When the floor turns yellow, immediately go to the next marker, whatever that is. The yellow will get bright. The yellow will go away. When the yellow goes away, unmarked tanks, you're going to pop sprint, pop invuln, run the quarter lap towards the next marker. So those of us unmarked tanks on 1, for instance, we're going to walk together to 2. When we get to 2, the floor is going to turn yellow. Yellow is going to go away. Unmarked tanks, pop sprint, pop invuln, run from 2 to 3, and then return to your marked tank partner. Okay, unmarked tanks, you are sweeping for a single trap. Only exactly one thing will explode, so you are clearing the way for the tank that is holding the ad. All right. If any tank has any questions, please ask. After our unmarked tanks do that specific action, just return to your tank partner and work on staying second or third threat, whatever the situation might be. Okay. Just in case like some mishap happens and your tank pulling partner dies, then make sure you're in a position to pick the ad back up and continue making the walk. Okay. We are walking our dogs clockwise around the outer ring. Okay. Folks standing on Bravo and Delta. Bravos, you are reflecting. Deltas are dispelling. Go ahead and activate your, or not activate, load in your skills now. I'm going to request that our reflectors use the Lost Reflect skill. Okay? Because I don't know how long this is going to go. If we have a mishap, you want to not run out of light curtain. So hopefully you have your Lost Reflect on now. You're going to take position in the inner light ring. And reflectors are looking for a ball of fire, a single ball of fire. All 3 of you are going to reflect it. Dispellers, you are looking for a single ball of earth. Ball of fire, ball of earth are going to appear in the inner ring, in a random location on the inner ring, but they're always directly opposite of each other. So for example, if you're a reflector and like you just look over to your left and a ball of earth just showed up, what you need to do is make your way around the ring, because the ball of fire is on the complete other side of the ball of earth. Okay. Similarly, dispellers, if you're just standing around there and the ball of earth or ball of fire shows up right next to you and you're a dispeller, your ball of earth is on the other side. So make your way around, dispel the stone skin from the ball of earth and give it a dot, because it needs to take exactly 766 points of damage. So that's just like a dot application. So just give it a dot, and that's your mechanic. Okay. Reflectors, dispellers, do you have any questions? All right. Let's talk about what everyone else is doing. So for those of you who are not specifically tasked with anything, you are part of the murder ball, the DPS murder ball. When ad phase hits, Stigma Lock Lord is going to be at 70%. You're going to jump to the middle, become untargetable. You guys will take position on a numbered marker. I'm going to get rid of this Bravo and Delta marker here. But you guys are going to take position on a numbered marker. Doesn't matter to me which marker you pick. Just pick one, all right? Whatever happens to be closest to you, and just chill out there for many seconds, all right? If you have a ranged solution, so like if you're Fizz ranged, you can start shooting an ad. If you are a samurai, you just throw your sword. Okay, just throw your sword. If you're a ninja, throw your daggers. If you're a dragoon, throw your lances. If you're a reaper, do your soul scroll. And if you're a monk, just throw hands. Sorry, you can't do anything, so just chill out in Natman or do something, okay? But don't leave your marker. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So whatever number that you pick, just chill out there. If you are capable of a ranged attack, then feel free to do it. If not, just chill out, okay? You're going to see tanks do stuff. Don't try to follow the tanks. You're going to see a marked tank, bait the ad to the outside and then pull it off to the left. If you can get like a few GCDs without leaving your marker, feel free to do that, but otherwise stay on your marker. Critically important, you stay on your marker, okay? Just chill out. You're gonna see some tanks with an ad in tow coming from your right. Don't run up and high five those tanks and hit that ad, okay? Because what's about to happen is the ring is going to turn yellow, and if you're not expecting it, you can get caught out here with your pants down and get exploded by a trap when it shows up, okay? Just chill out on your marker. If you're following directions, you don't even have to worry about that. Just stay on your marker. The yellow is going to go away. You're going to see unmarked tanks pop sprint, pop invul, and run off to the left. Don't follow them because they're exploding a trap. You're going to see another tank coming in at high speed from the right. Don't run out here and be like, hey, man, good job, high five. Blam! Something explodes because you took a step out here, okay? Don't do that. Just chill out on your number. You're going to get one of two debuffs of concern, and Wobble T Bobble put the picture in raid text chat. If you don't know what those look like, take a look. You're going to get one of two debuffs of concern. You're going to get either a debuff with lines or a debuff with a do getting pushed back, knocked back from like a breath attack, okay? Pink cloud, breath attack, whatever. That is the push pull, the notorious push pull mechanic, okay? So debuff with lines, you get pulled in. You're already in position to do that mechanic. So if you get the debuff with lines, you want to get on the far edge of the notch where you're already in place because you're following directions, and you get pulled in. Okay, if you get the debuff with lines. If you get the debuff with the do getting knocked back from the pink cloud, that's starting in. You get pushed out. Okay, that's a pushback mechanic. You're gonna get one or the other. You're not gonna get both because that would be weird. And then you resolve your mechanic here, and then after that mechanic, you scatter. All right. After that mechanic, you scatter. Until then, until you do your first push pull, you just chill out on whatever notch you happen to be in. Okay. Anyone have any questions? All right. For those of you here for the first time, it took me like 5 different pulls and wipes on this encounter before it like actually clicked in my head as to what I needed to do. Because it's easy to be like, oh, okay, debuff with lines is pull, debuff with pink cloud push. That's easy, right? Only 2 things to remember. No, because when we're in the middle of doing all this stuff is going on. There's a lot of things and instructions being issued, and then suddenly you've got a debuff. If you're not paying attention to, you're just going to get pushed into the wall, okay? It took me 5 different wipes to figure this out. So the way I remember it is as follows. If you get the debuff with the lines, think of it like this. Stigma Lock Lord from the middle is enjoying a plate of spaghetti. You're getting sucked in. After the debuff, or no, if you get the debuff with the dude getting pushed back from the pink cloud, think of it like this. After dinner, Stigma Lock Lord is blowing out cigar smoke. You're getting pushed out. All right, yeah, there you go. So hopefully for the audible listeners, you guys got the clue there. If you don't have to like it, just hopefully that helps you remember what you need to do. All right, but that's all I got. Team leads, go ahead and run ready checks, please. Report when ready. If anyone has any questions, make sure you ask, okay? Fire for reflect, earth for dispel. Okay, Alpha is ready, Echo ready, Foxtrot ready. Bravo ready. Standing by for Charlie and oh, Alpha's ready. Never mind. Just my eyes just glazed over it. Okay, all teams are ready. Go ahead and pop food. This is technically a trash encounter, but the ad phase is kind of dangerous, so make sure you've got some food in you. We don't need to use lost actions here. But if you've got some spare charges, feel free to use it on the ad phase, okay? This Stigmalock Lord, when we initially engage, don't blow it up. Save your juice, save your special sauce for the ad phase, because it is the ad phase that is dangerous. This boss, not so much, okay? Tank stance check. All tanks deactivate your tank stance when the ad phase starts. That's when our numbered tanks turn on their tank stance, all right? I'll tank the boss here. Stand by for countdown, 30 on the board. All right. The big thing to remember here is if things start going south during the ad phase, just stay cool and try to make things happen. Okay, don't panic and be like it's all over. Like that's when we truly wipe. Here you go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Okay. We're going to take a tank buster up here. Find your arm's length surecast. Arm's length surecast. Now, please. Now. Get close to the middle point of the boss, so you don't have to like run all over the place to dodge this triple whack. It's easier to dodge when you're up close. All right, get in position. We have hit 66%. Get in position. Tank stance check on 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and provoke the ad. Pull it all the way out before starting your rotation. All right, let's go. Let's go for a walk. Keep spamming your threat tool. Unmanned shield lob, lightning shot, tomahawk. Unmarked tanks need to be traveling with your your main tank. Unmarked tanks, pop sprint, invul, and run the quarter. Alright, debuffs are coming out. Take note of your debuffs. They are resolving now. Lions is pull in, pink cloud push out. Handle your debuff. Scatter. Scatter, spread out a little bit. You're gonna duck back into a notch. Just get into any notch. Alright. Scatter again. Puddles are coming down. Try not to cover the entire walkway with puddles, okay? Spread out. Don't bait all that stuff into one place and block off the tank that's in front of you. Okay, debuffs are coming back out in a few moments. There it is. They're not resolving right away. Just pay attention to what you got. Get back into any notch here. Devastating bolts coming out. Any notch. Alright, doing really good. Okay, don't cover the walkway with all that shit. Don't do that, see? Okay, debuffs are resolving now. Lines pull in, pink cloud push out. Please respect. Respect the balls, they're still up. Tank stance check. All tanks deactivate tank stance. Okay, raid Y going out. Well, that's why you gotta respect the balls. Don't get close into it. Alright. 1,111 ton swing coming out. Oh wait, never mind. Just bait all that stuff to the outside and then 1,000 ton swing. I was a little out of order on my call out there. Excuse me. All right, get away from that. There's an untelegraphed 20-yard swing. If your 20-yard swing, if your 20-yard skill is working, you're too close. Okay, we're gonna get 2 sets of rapid bolts. Take all that shit out to the edge. Don't drop that in the middle. There's gonna be 1 more set. Take the second set out to the edge. Oh, I got it. Everyone else, bait crushing hoof in the middle. Bait crushing hoof in the middle. Okay, get away from that. You know what that means. Alright, come back in. Dodge a triple whack. Okay. I'm gonna aim a buster towards 3. I know I'm staying with you guys here for a second. I'm just trying to position well. Alright, find your arm's length sure cast. After this tank buster goes out, you're gonna wanna pop that like 1 second after the tank buster goes out. Arm's length sure cast now. Come close. It is easier to dodge triple whack when you're up close. There you go. If you're all the way out in Narnia, you've got a lot of distance to cover. Alright, good job. Yeah? Any traps there? You find any traps? Alright, let's res all of our dead folks first. Please do not go ahead of the 3 marker. Do not go ahead. Do not go ahead. Make sure you loot your personal spoils. This is the last piece of prog-related loot that you're going to get in the dungeon. The next chest you get, or the next chest rather, is a bonus chest. Alright, once again, thank you for following the res protocol. Try to form a line, if possible, so you know who's next. We are attempting to res someone. That was a really clean ad phase, by the way. So good job on that. I feel like today is like mostly a re-clear crowd with a few like first timers. It's good to have these days too. All right, make sure you loot your chest. I think we got everyone up. All right, let's go ahead and make our way to the next encounter, the final encounter in DRS, which is the Queen. You know, enjoy that luck when you get it, because the balance will always pay. The balance will always claim its due. I'm sure there's like a wise saying there: "House always wins." I don't know. All right, go ahead and if we have cutscene enjoyers, feel free to enjoy your cutscene. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I live in Vegas. I gotta represent. All right, we got it. We got some cutscene watchers, I think. So we'll give them a few moments to enjoy that. I am tracking that we have 35 minutes in the instance, so got plenty of time. As long as we pull before 12 or before 13. 13 is a super safe margin. I think the actual fight is like 9 minutes. 9 minutes and change. Is anyone watching cutscene? Let's see. I can't tell. Oh yeah, we got a few. In the adventurer list, you can tell. Well, we get 10 minutes after like we kill it. If we happen to kill it in under under 10 minutes in the instance left, then we get like a little bit more time to get everyone up. But I think we've got a reasonable amount of reses here. Shout out to all of our healers, by the way. Thank you guys for showing up with all of your Lost Rises and stuff. For those of you not aware, our minimums for Lost Rises is 3. Just going off of memory. So any healer who's bringing more than 3, that's completely on them. So make sure if your healer brought more than 3, just shout out to your healer regardless, but super shout out to healers who brought more than 3. That's just them being generous. Okay. All right. I think we're mostly here. All right. Don't get AFK kicked. Please do not get AFK kicked. You've come this far just to get AFK kicked at the queen. Don't do it. All right. Make sure you maintain connection to the game. All right. Let's get our excuse me, our reflectors on Bravo, dispellers on Delta, and let's get our pure invuln tanks. Come up here. We're gonna cheat. All paladins and gunbreakers. Okay, I'm just gonna pick you. Let's see. Let's have you do this. And you do this. Alright. Alright, good enough. Yeah, we got a gang of reflectors on Bravo. Okay, that's fine. This is the last fight. Let's get one more dispeller. Actually, let's get two more dispellers. I think we have enough for two. Let's get one more dispeller on Delta, please. Yeah. Alright. So our reflector, we got a ton of reflectors, all 4 dispellers. So at 2 points in this fight, there's going to be a reflect and dispel mechanic. You are reflecting. All of our reflectors are targeting a single lightning orb. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a ball of lightning. The ball itself is going to appear somewhere randomly in the inside of the inner arena. There's going to be 5 of them. You only need to reflect one. Okay. Try to all reflect the same one. If it's like a split decision, I'm not going to call it out. So like if the raid is split, the smaller team needs to just go over and walk over to where the big team is and then continue reflecting. Okay. Your reflect buff is going to last for 10 seconds. If you hit light curtain at the end of the sovereignty gauge, when it hits 100, pop light curtain and stand underneath an orb. That should take care of the reflect mechanic. Okay. In addition, for those of you not specifically on Bravo, if you are in possession of a light curtain during a reflect mechanic, feel free to help out with the reflect. Okay, the more people reflecting, the quicker the orb dies. It is a beefy reflect orb, so only one reflect is not going to cut it. So multiple people, multiple pulses, light curtain should take care of it. If you don't have light curtain, use your lost reflect. Okay, our tanks are marked 1, 2, 3. This is the order you will be tanking. The thing here is that you want to use your super bolide, your hollow ground. Whenever you see cleansing slash, you're going to use it, and then you're going to turn off your tank stance. So our number 1 tank is Acetoni Shimura. So go ahead and turn on your tank stance, Acetoni. Excuse me. You're gonna pull the boss after the countdown. We're gonna do a mechanic, and then you're going to, if you're alive, you're going to invuln the first cleansing slash. Halfway through the cast, just pop a super bolide, and then you're gonna take 2 hits, and then turn off your tank stance. Our number 2 tank is Perry Blonde. They're going to pick it. They're going to pick up the boss. We're going to do more mechanics, and then after Relentless 1, after the gunner mechanic, you're going to invuln the second cleansing slash. Then you're going to turn off your tank stance. Funny tank number 3, you're going to pick up the boss. We're going to do more mechanics, and then after Super Chest 2 is when you're going to take your cleansing slash if you're alive to do it. Okay. If at any point any of these 3 tanks die, then we're just going to content respect the buster, and hopefully we'll get through it. If we end up doing that, then healers, just be advised you might have to dispel, or you might have to Asuna a Doom. So just kind of keep an eye out on that. All right, if any of our tanks have any questions as to what they need to do, please ask. Remember, you are tanking 2 hits. So if you're like the next tank in sequence, don't provoke too early, get the second hit, and then get murdered. All right. I am tracking that we have 30 minutes left in instance. Don't worry about that. Okay, let's talk about super chests. I use the so-called wall strat for the super chest mechanic, and I use the right wall facing the safe spot. So let me get my markers out here. Okay. So these markers is what I use for most of this fight, including super chest callouts. So the way super chest works is as follows. There's going to be a safe spot, either dead north or dead south. So like this tile right here, or the tile like dead north behind the queen right now. One of those two will be lit up. That's where you want to wind up and where you want to finish the executing the mechanic. You want to wind up in the safe spot. You don't want to start there. So when the safe spot shows up, you want to start running away from the safe spot. So if it shows up north, you want to start running south. If it shows up down south, you want to start running north, okay? While you're running, take a look at your debuffs. You're going to get 2 debuffs with numbers on them. They're going to add up to a sum of 5, 6, or 7. So take a moment to look at your debuffs, look at the numbers. It's either like Roman numerals or dots, whatever your eyes pick up first. It's the same number, okay? Just add up those 2 numbers. You're going to get a sum of 5, 6, or 7. I will be directing where you go based on your number. So I'm going to say, like, for example, right? Say the safe spot shows up north. We're running south. As you're running south, you look at your number. You figure out your sum, 5, 6, or 7. I'm going to look around as the host, or as the person providing calls. I'll look around. I'm going to look at the pawns specifically, and I'll make an assessment. So what I'm looking for is whether or not the back and wall columns will be hit. So I'll say something like, for example, back is safe, wall is safe. And then I'll say 6 is in the corner, 7's on delta, 5's on 2, or alpha or Charlie, whatever the correct solution is there. So based on your sum, you're gonna stand on the square with that marker, or like this the square that I'm directing you otherwise to go to, okay? You're gonna wait there until your first number shows up. You're not gonna get a number of 5, 6, or 7. You're gonna get a 2, 3, or 4. That's one of your 2 debuffs, okay? Whatever that number is, you're gonna walk as many steps towards the correct column to the right, facing the safe spot as possible. When you run out of square, excuse me, you start going down towards the safe spot, forward towards the safe spot, down the right wall, whatever the column is that I call out, okay? When you run out of dots over your head, you stop moving. You're not going to be in the safe spot right away. You stop moving, wait for the stun. You're going to get stunned. The pawns are going to shoot. If you're following directions, you're not going to get hit. You're going to get your second number. Your second number, doesn't really matter what that is, just get to the safe spot after that, okay? If the safe spot is the incorrect amount of steps, that's okay, you're going to die, but what we want to avoid is you dying outside of the safe spot, getting re-raised, and then dying again to the raid why that happens immediately after that, okay? So just get to the safe spot, doesn't matter what your number is, all right? Another example, just to explain one more thing, say the safe spot shows up down here, down south, okay? You start running up north, and as we're running north, you're looking at your debuffs, and maybe this time it's wall is unsafe, back is unsafe. I'm going to say 5's on 2, 6 is to the left of 2, 7's to the left of 6's. When I say to the left, that's to the left facing the safe spot. So the safe spot being down here, we're all the way up north. Looking at the safe spot from the north, the left is over in this direction. All right? So we're going to see that 2 times. Hopefully, your brain is primed to go into the correct places. If you have your own way to solve super chess, go ahead and do it however you're comfortable with. But if not, make sure you're following directions here, okay? All right. I'm not going to go over cursed pattern. Just stack on triangle. If we get a cursed relentless too, I'll just try to talk us through it when the time comes. But be advised, you might have to navigate yourself into 2 untelegraphed safe spots. Just stack on me when we get there. Wiggle check. Don't get AFK kicked, by the way. All right. Murder chess. Let's talk about murder chess. So the first major chess mechanic that we see 30 seconds into the fight is a chess mechanic that is deceptively difficult, okay? Order of operations for that is as follows. We're going to see this like in 30 seconds when we start the pull. The arena converts from a circle back to a square as it is now. You're going to want to look at the east and west chess pieces. There's going to be pawns that show up. They're going to be pointed into the chessboard. Those rows that they're pointed into will not be safe. Then numbers are going to show up on those chess pieces. That's how many steps into the board they're going to take. The resulting columns, the northwest columns that they're going to wind up in, will not be safe. Finally, north swing glow will appear. That's the 3 dots. They grow into the lines. Wherever the lines meet, they explode into the big, like 1,111 ton swings that you saw during the Minotaur fight. That's going to force us into a cardinal direction. So, for example, the 3 dots show up maybe in such a way that they force us away from the alpha column towards the 1 column. The front half of the 1 column towards alpha will not be safe because the circles are that big. The back half of the 1 column is safe because they don't reach that far, okay? The reason that's important is because if this west chess piece goes in 1 tile, this entire back column is not safe. And as a result, we only have like 3 half squares of safe spot to write all that out, okay? Hopefully I don't call that wrong and get a bunch of people killed, adding to my high score of killing people at murder chess. Hopefully we don't add to that score. Hopefully I don't add to that score. All right, Aether Shielding tanks, you should have at the very least 9 out of 15 charges on your Aether Shield because we did kill TA a little early. Don't reslot your Aether Shield right now. You want to go into this with 9 out of 15 charges. You should have a second Aether Shield in your pocket. If we see Soften Rage, you're going to use a charge of your current Aether Shield. You should be at like charge 2. You're going to use that going into Soften Rage. You're going to open your holster if it's not already open. You're going to reslot your existing Aether Shield with the Aether Shield from your holster. You're going to reslot, and then you're going to wait for the Empyrean Iniquity in the middle of all the raid wides and Soften Rage. You're going to cast Aether Shield again during Empyrean Iniquity, and then you're going to cover protecting your teammates for the rest of the fight with that last Aether Shield, okay? Speaking of Empyrean Iniquity, the raid wides of concern in this fight are Empyrean Iniquity and God Save the Queen. On every cast of Empyrean Iniquity, God Save the Queen, you're going to Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, okay? Just like in TA with Gloria Boja. Alright, and that's all I got. Team leads, go ahead and run ready checks, please. Report when ready. And while ready checks are going out, I want to shout out all the people who helped make today's run happen. So thank you to our sweeps 2 and 3, Small Izumi, Zephy Solette, for running perception and revealing traps before and after TA, without which we would have lost many people to traps and probably just wiped the instance because we don't have any mini traps to open the way to the Minotaur. So thank you for running perception. Our duelist today was Sumi Kasushi. Couldn't quite close it out, but that's okay. Just hopefully we see them come back in a future run to build on their experience. And we'll mint yet another duelist from Lego Steppers. Join the ranks, as it were. Our Flare Star today would have also been Sumi Kasushi, but they passed away in the duel. So we'll see that. Hopefully they'll come back and do that again. Takili, Indira, and Theoth Normie, thank you for handling our Rens. Our Golem side lead today was Asatoni Shimura. So once again, thank you for leading Golem side through their encounter. And then our team leads. Alpha team lead, Misa Calaveras. Bravo team lead, Don Neza. Charlie team lead, Nene Coco, Lela Coco. Delta team lead, Mar Rose. Echo team lead, Asatoni Shimura. And Foxtrot team lead, Anwin Shaw. Thank you all to leading your team lead, or to leading your team, excuse me. And then finally, thank you all for showing up. There is no DRS run without you guys being here, okay? So thank you guys for showing up. You could have chosen to do anything else with your time, but you chose to be here on Lego Steppers with us, be with me as your host here. So hopefully I made excellent use of your time, all right? All right, let's take a look here. Alpha ready, Foxtrot ready, Charlie ready, Echo ready, Bravo ready, Delta ready. All teams are ready. Whoever needs shell, make sure you get your shell. Get behind the purple line if you still need shell. If not, don't worry about it. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, tank stance check. Only our number 1 tank, Asatoni Shimura, should have tank stance on. All other tank stance off. All teams are ready for the final time in this dungeon. Go ahead and pop food. Tank stance check. Stand by for countdown. 30 on the board. And here we go. Take a deep breath. We're on the home stretch here. Home stretch. All right, pump it out. Let's close this out as quickly and decisively as we can. We've been doing really well here so far. So let's finish strong. 10 seconds, pop sprint, and ask Tony, don't bother rotating the boss. Just wherever she is, just tank her right in place. 2, 1, let's get it. Mitigation event coming up. Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, Heavy Mitt now. Stone Skin 2 again, help out with bleed. Alright, Murder Chest coming up. She's gonna jump back just a little bit, I think. Yeah. Alright, take a look at the east and west chest pieces. The rows are not safe, so that one all the way south and the one right in front of us, not safe. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Smooth column will be okay, will clear, be clear. Okay, we are going to the right, all the way to the wall, all the way to the wall. Okay, we're gonna stay right here. We're staying 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 right here. Alpha column will
That's
get.
not safe.
Oh, my bad. Shit. Sorry about that. Alright, Marisha strikes again. Alright, number 1 tank, you're going to take your Buster here in a few. Go ahead and emblem that. 2 hits. 1, 2. Go ahead and switch. Number 2 tank, go ahead and take over. Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, Heavy Mitt. Stone Skin 2 again, help out with bleed. Alright, Super Chest 1, we're going in Super Chest 1 here. We'll find the safe spot, we're going the other way. North to south, south to north. So we're going south. Wall is safe. Back is not safe. 5's on Charlie. 6's between Bravo and Charlie. 7's on Bravo. 5's on Charlie. 6's between Bravo and Charlie. 7's on Bravo. 5's on Charlie. 6's between Bravo and Charlie. 7's on Bravo. Stand by for first move when needed. We are going down the Charlie column. You get the red line, you went too far. You need to, let's do it. But you need to go back when you see the red line, you went too far. Alright, finish it up in the safe spot. If you're gonna die, die in the safe spot. Okay. Second burst. Mitigation event coming up. Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, Heavy Mitt. Stacked up tight. Don't be out of range of the team healing. Okay, Reflectors, Dispellers, Activate Brain. You're about to do something important. Take a look at the Sovereignty range. Once that hits 100, you're going to hear a ding. That's when you pop your Light Curtain. Ding! Light Curtain now. If you are not reflecting, get away. Ball lightning or on the alpha marker. Alright, everyone in the shell, everyone in the shell. Alright, good job. Relentless 1 coming up. Order of operation is North Swing Glow, Tethers to Wind, Bomb Mechanic. Note the gunner between 3 and 4, that's where you're going to show your hole. If you are tethered right now, you will be going to Wind Puddle after North Swing Glow. So order of operations: North Swing Glow first, Tethers to Wind, Bomb Gun Mechanic. Over here to the west, Tethers will be going to Wind. Aim your opening towards the gunner now, between 3 and 4. Turret on the side, turret on the side. Number 2 tank, go ahead and handle this cleansing stash halfway through. Pop your Invuln. 2 hits on 2 tank. 1, 2. Number 3 tank. Go ahead and pick it up. Go ahead and pick it up. We're going into Relentless 2. Good job so far. Good job so far. Okay, she's gonna go away here in a few moments. She's gonna slash through the arena 2 times. The first one is gonna be in conjunction with knockback or Knight Blues. In the left corner was the Queen. Okay, to the left. Don't get knocked all the way out, just a little bit to the left. 1 and 2 are safe. Alright, big safe spot, big safe spot. All this here, this is all safe. All this is safe. All this is safe. Alright, nice. Go ahead and burst here. 2 minutes are up here. It's a very small window, but you can squeeze it in right here. Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, heavy mid. Okay, Super Chest 2 coming out. Once again, she's gonna go untargetable. Just like last time, find the safe spot, go the other way. Okay, we're going back south. Back is safe. Wall is not safe. 5's on Delta. 6 is to the left of Delta. 7's to the left of 6's. 5's on Delta. 6's to the left of Delta. 7's to the left of 6's. 5's on Delta. 6's to the left of Delta. 7's to the left of 6's. Stand by for first move immediate. Full position. You're going down the alpha column, not the Charlie column, the alpha column. When you run out of dots, stop moving. If you get the red line, you need to go back. Going down the alpha column, not the Charlie column. Good job, that's a lot of check marks. Finish it up in the safe spot. If you're gonna die, die in the safe spot. And everyone pop sprint, generate some LB. Healers, take a look at your LB gauge. Don't just auto brain it, but as soon as you hit LB3, just blow it. Okay, get your people up. Alright, stack up. Number 3, go ahead and invuln that last cleansing slash, and you're gonna keep the boss. Keep the boss, no need to swap. Everyone stack up tight in front, right in front of the boss right here. Stack up tight. Stack up tight. Hopefully we don't have dead body mechanics. Stack up tight. Knight is going to do sword or shield. Okay, sword omen. Find the safe quarter. It's going to teleport on top of us. Find the safe quarter and go away. Safe quarter to the left. Go far left. Dodge these normal mode turrets. Don't get shot by any of this stuff. And then light curtain now. Light curtains now. Reflectors, dispellers, do your thing. There's a ball in the right in the middle there. Alright, in the shell. Everyone in the shell. Everyone in the shell. Okay, mitigation event coming up. Doing good. Aether Shield, Stone Skin 2, heavy mid. Stone Skin 2 again, help out with bleed. Make sure you guys are using your lost actions. Alright. Relentless 4. We're going to ignore the knockback. You're gonna punch your arm's length shortcuts when the line shows up. So order of operations here. Ignore knockback. Tethers will be going to small. Tethers to small. Ignore knockback now. And you're gonna keep moving. Keep moving. Don't stop to cast. Don't get locked in an animation lock. Tethers to small. Okay, tethers, you're gonna land first. When you land, run to a bomb that just exploded. Wait for the second explosion to hit. Clear. Soft and rage. Soft and rage. Soft and rage. Okay, the tank standby for first Aether Shield. Healers, just keep healing, okay? Aether Shield. Now. Go ahead and swap to your second Aether Shield in your holster. Reset the cooldown on your Aether Shield. Stand by for second Aether Shield. Aether Shield now. Oh, never mind, we're done. Good job. This is my favorite metal farm, by the way. Just 600 every time you do it. All right, got some cutscene enjoyers. Our instance timer went back up to 10 minutes, so feel free to enjoy that. You can't res someone during the cutscene, okay? So just kind of be advised. Don't blow a charge if you see that icon there. You got legs again. What did I get? I got a fragment of loss. And I got I got hand gear. Yay. I'll add that to the how many do I have now? In my inventory. I've got 3 hand gears in my inventory. All right. Okay, so as usual, we're gonna do things after this. If you gotta go, make sure you don't forget your loot, and peace out. Thank you for coming. But if you can spare a few more minutes, we have a tradition that we like to observe here. Yeah, I guess it's a Lego Steppers tradition. I didn't want to speak for other hosts, but I think all other hosts do this, at least on this server. So we're gonna do our picture against the tree, and then we're gonna do a dog walk after this. So if you can spare a few moments, if you can be a part of that, we'd love to have you. But if not, thank you for coming, and good luck to whatever you're doing the entire rest of this weekend. I think we got everyone up. Man, now that we're at the end of combat activities, we're like super. I want to say we got super lucky, super duper lucky, super duper duper lucky with Lost Arises. So good job, guys.
Nakul, I should have mentioned the back was not safe a bit too early, but that was a bit my fault.
I don't know. I'm fried.
I didn't want to cut you, so I prefer not to.
Yeah.
speak
No,
exactly.
that's fine. Normally I would be like just follow callouts, but you know I